They lied about the entire thing. Beyond the narrative, number 1. Let's do this.
Before the Rippaverse took off, I was everywhere.
Yeah, definitely. That's way too fast, right? Like, I got to slow this down a little. Let's 0.8.
We're interacting with fans, critics, and even the haters. But once the Rippaverse exploded, my life changed. I made a
See, that sounds more like typical Eric.
That's Eric July. Yeah, that's how he sounds.
What's all this then? Now, where do you rank the Eric collection of embarrassing videos? I haven't watched it yet. I have not. It could be the best video ever. I might change my mind at the end of this. Who knows? I might be a detractor. I might have figured out. Eric might drop all the receipts. Let's put this back to normal. Because it's got that little like vibration on it. I might become a detractor of you guys. A detractor. Consider this my detraction of your detraction.
We're detractor.
So you never know. Could you imagine if he's like, he actually did detract our detracting? See, when he said right here that I was stupid, actually, he should have said I was idiotic because he already said stupid 3 times. That's how dumb these fucking detractors is.
Promise to myself,
this is
team, and our customers to focus on being a better professional for the sake of this business. Unfortunately,
I said I was going to be a better professional, and then I was like, fuck it, and let me make this video.
Moving differently.
Poor Eric.
some saw that as an opportunity. Without me actively addressing things, drama farm and content creators fill the gap, floating lies, taking things out of context, and spinning.
Look at those lies. The lies are just floating, guys. They're floating away.
Indoctrinating your children.
Propaganda, bud.
I do love the visual aids. Like, you can't just say they're floating lies, then they got to show the word lies. Literally floating away.
They have to float. Look at that. Yeah. Floating them around. See?
He loves his stock footage, man. He just loves that shit.
Where's Gothics? That's what I'm saying. Gothics. Explain it with crayons, bud. When you said I had a pube wizard beard, you should have said I'm amazing instead. Yeah, that's where you messed up. See, you done distracted me. That poor child ran ice on. Wait, it's Eric's cousin. Here's Dario. Here's Eric.
Uh-oh.
Woo! What's up, Proud Tony? What up, TJ?
Shout out.
Came just in time for the great documentary. We haven't watched it, so if you watched it, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Oh, you haven't seen this yet at all?
No. I like to keep everything fresh. Everything I say is off the cuff, top of my head, top of mind. I'm like Joe Biden. Everything's at the top of mind, baby.
You're like a pantser, too. Yeah, I apologize for being late. I'm smoking on the ashes of Will Perdomo and Dan Fraga. Took a little longer than I expected, but
Hamilton Burger for the big 2. Canadian says Eric July can't explain it with crayons because he ate them all. Wah, wah, wah.
Fuck them hoe ass roads, man.
Eric transitioned to a Dominican man. He just busted right through Eric. It's like he chest bursted right out of Eric like a fucking alien. He's like. But so far, Eric is already we're 20 seconds in, and Eric is already lying, right? He didn't just step away. He says, when I started the Rippaverse, I said I'd be more professional and step away. Except that's not what happened. Eric July literally was monetizing his haters, critiquing your critique, fighting with people, and making videos about detractors all the way up until about, middle of last year, right? Which was like
physically threatening them,
Yeah, well, I'm saying it was like a year into the Rippaverse's life cycle before he actually, stopped. Yeah. So again, it wasn't like, hey, I start the Rippaverse and then boom, I stopped doing content. No, he started the Rippaverse, kept trying to monetize his haters, kept trying to, hit back at people. The fact is that myself, EVS, Dick Masterson, Riley, we hit him so fucking hard that he couldn't recover, right? There was nothing he could say to us. He can't bully us, right? He can't bully EVS. He's got too big of a platform and too many fans. He can't bully me or Riley because we just don't give a fuck, right? Oh, no, we got people yelling at us. We don't care. And he can't bully Dick because, again, Dick is just funnier than him and he more entertaining. So, Eric Winberg with the $2 super sticker with the smiling Shiba Inu. What's up, Eric?
Shout out.
It's 30 minutes of pure ultra macro ripocopium. So yeah, already we're 30 seconds, 20 seconds in. Already floating some lies. Eric's floating them lies.
Narratives unchecked. And while there are plenty of people that are pushing back and defending me, it's rarely creators with big platforms. So a lot of
poor Eric. He says, while there's a lot of again, he's talking so fast that it's like I gotta slow him down.
He definitely sped it up to counter that video that Katie did with them sounding drunk.
And from what I've seen, I know he says like he recorded this in 20 minutes or something. I think someone like showed a screenshot from like a comment where he's like, "Oh, it was only like 20 minutes. There wasn't a lot of work or something." And it's a 30-minute video, so yeah, he sped it up to 1.5 speed. All right, unless Eric July is the only man on earth who can record 30 minutes of content in 20. Like there's a fucking time bubble around the Rippaverse warehouse where like time moves differently. You know, it's moving differently that time over there at the Rippaverse. So yeah, he's definitely sped up his speech on this, and it sounds like he's this is almost like call to action. He's like, yeah, well, there's a lot of people out there pushing back on the haters. It's rarely people with a big platform. Wink, wink, Gary, Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy, all you guys. Why is you not defending me? I think that's what he's saying. I think he's trying to put that out there, like subtly, like, hey,
fight for
why
me.
aren't you guys? Yeah, why aren't you guys fighting for me?
Yeah, like if you look at this, like if it's like an actual war, like right now he's like going through attrition and calling for allies.
Yeah,
he's on his last leg. The last battle's coming.
Stray Bean says, "Is this why Eric can get all of his books out on time? Time manipulation? That's what Ice's power."
That's perfect.
Time travel, partner.
Good one, Gay Beans.
Sturgis fighting the battle, fighting a good fight. What it is Tony, he did 20 minutes a day for a week. Now I think it's more. I'm gonna be honest. I know this kind of autism. I know this kind of spurgatory. He's been putting this video together because again, just a little bit that I watched from Dick and Vito on Friday. You could see he's talking about a lot of things, and there's footage, and there's he's putting the narrative together. He definitely has been starting this since I want to say when the subpoenas were handed out, right? When he found out that he had to go, he's like, oh no, if I lock myself in the room and start working on a video, they can't subpoena me what it is. So I think that's when he's been working on it.
Cheapers.
He's been away in the bunker recording this.
We hit 100, by the way.
But
oh shit, we hit 100.
Oh shit!
You know that means
niggas can be gay too. Whether you like it or you love it, whether you're kissing or you're touching, you're riding the lust, I know you covet. Niggas can
Dan
be
Fraga can be gay too.
There ain't nothing you need to hide.
You leave Fraga alone.
Really survive. Tomorrow you might not be alive. Niggas can
Will Perdomo super gay.
Dario can be gay too.
It's a me, Dario. Shout out. I dance better than him, anyways.
I gotta.
You know what? I think Eric might actually be a time traveler, though.
From the future, I gotta.
Every time he comes to my house, my clocks go back like 2 hours. He's so dark, super dark.
Damn, I don't know if that's racist or just really bad joke, but either way, Blue Hawaiian, we're gonna try this bad boy out. Uh-oh, did I miss something? Ooh, that's like cotton candy. That's like
right.
That's good. God damn, Blue Hawaiian. I think I'm gonna have to start getting more of that. Robgo guy says, Fraga has been corrupted, Tony. It's a dark day. What happened? What did I miss?
Well, if you bless me with the opportunity at the end of whatever we get through, I have a direct message for Fraga, and I'll share my screen, and yeah, it'll be a good time. You'll understand everything.
Damn it! Now I gotta wait for that too. Everybody's always cock teasing me. What's going on here?
Actually, I think if we meet like a super chat goal, then I'll show the Dan Fraga video. But if not, then I'm just gonna hold on to it.
What did No Nuts Dan do now? Who is Fraga? Well, it's an old guy.
especially the perpetually online, start believing the lies. While most of this nonsense hasn't impacted the business, it's not for lack of trying. These people go out of their way to.
Okay, so here's what I don't understand, right? First off, this video sounds crappy at normal speed or at 0.7. There's no good speed option on this.
Yeah.
0.95.
Yeah, let's say 0.95, just a little behind. Okay, so here's what I don't understand. And again, maybe I don't know business like Eric, but he said that all the shit that the haters, the detractors are saying don't affect his business. Don't affect his business at all. So then why make this video, right? If literally they're not doing anything, if whatever we say is falling on deaf ears and no one's believing it, it's not affecting his business, he's still super successful, why make this video? Right? Winners don't make videos like this. People who are winning don't make videos like this. People who are losing make videos like this. People who are slipping, falling, people whose ISOM 3 campaign is failing and he needs a call to action for his fans.
That's right.
Hey guys, look at the detractors. They hate us. Don't you want to buy my comic again? Don't you want to buy 6 copies of ISOM number 3 and show them how great the company is and how successful we are? That's why the video was made, or at least that's why it was released, right?
And I also
circling the wagons.
I also wonder if it's like it's like a purposeful tactic that he's doing, because like the video was literally released like a half hour before Trashcast started, like, or maybe even an hour, like, and biggest problem in the universe on the same night. Like, come on.
Malik says Tony isn't ready for the hibbity jibbity of this video. Damn it, it's that bad. Is it that bad? I smell a biggest problem in the universe scam. Who said that? What are you talking about, Tony? Yeah, that was. Look, I love Dick and Vito. I love biggest problem in the universe.
You guys are spoiled, Fat Tony. They gave you like 40 minutes for free as a teaser. You should be fucking grateful for that.
They said we're gonna watch the video. If we hit the goal, people hit the goal. At the very least, they should have put it out. They said, you know what? Okay, we'll make it members only, but then tomorrow or Monday or something, we'll release the bonus episode for free since we hit the goal, right? You guys still have to wait a couple of days, but you're gonna eventually get it for free, right?
Well, the bonus episode's already out.
Yeah, I know that, but it's not for free. You have to pay for it. Like everyone put in super chats for the. Yeah, but everyone put in super chats for they could EFAP the video, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna also charge you Patreon to watch it." So I think that was a little.
Well, because you know what it is though, he put it out, like I said, like 2 hours before biggest problem in the universe. So it's kind of like he threw a wrench, and because like with a 30-minute video, that's a whole lot that Dick and Vito could do justice to if they had a little bit more time than.
Well, then they should have just said, "Hey, we'll do a bonus episode tomorrow for it." But that's the thing, right? You literally collected super chats, and I hate to put them on blast, but. Could you imagine if EVS said, "Hey, for $1,000, I'll do a Blood Ruth review," right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Okay, we hit the goal. Now I'm going to put that as a members only video." You guys would be like, "What the fuck? That's not why I gave you money. I gave you money with the understanding I'm going to be able to watch this review, right?"
Yeah, but you also got to remember, like Dick and Vito are like kind of face to face, right? I mean, a little over 3 hours is a lot of time to put up with that Vito stench.
That sounds like they shouldn't have put the goal.
Oh, did Vito have a stench when you were there?
No, Vito didn't smell at all. And they should pick up people from the airport too. Exactly.
There you go.
Like I said, the fallout from the second they said paywall was biblical. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, look, I disagree with it completely. They should have made it right with the people who super chatted. So.
Go after anyone who supports me or the Rippaverse, fans, business partners, even colleagues. These guys are their colleagues. George the Giant Slayer, guys. George the Giant Slayer, a guy who paid a shit ton of money just to be friends with Geeks and Gamers, is a colleague of Eric July. My Nerdy Home colleague. Chris Gore, film threat, guy who was exposed for lying about Hollywood. And his insiders, colleague. They don't deserve that. So I'm starting this segment beyond the narrative. It's a segment. It's not.
Ongoing. Nice.
Yeah, see, number one.
Number one. Beyond the narrative with this guy. Not Eric July, but whoever this man is.
with the detective music.
As a simple place for people to reference when the usual nonsense pops up. This isn't me going back to monetize your haters, and I'm not diving.
This isn't me going back to monetizing your haters, because clearly I can't do that. But it's a simple place. Here, again, here's what doesn't make any sense, right? Eric July goes, here's a simple place for you to point to when the nonsense pops up again, right? But all this stuff that he's going to talk about, from my understanding, already happened, right? The Riley stuff, the warehouse visit, the trial, all that's in the past. No one is talking about that anymore. We've all moved on. Like, the only time we bring it up is when like Sturgis is like, well, Riley should have went to jail. And we're like, yeah, but he didn't trespass. And like, that's the only time, right? When they bring it up, we just respond with, you guys are wrong, and here's why you're wrong. But literally, this is all like outdated, right?
We back to the YouTube grind.
Shit. I was gonna say we gotta be smarter than this guy. We gotta fucking Jedi mind trick him, right? He starts this new segment called Beyond the Narrative, and this is number 1. We gotta start a narrative with that fucking shooting at the club, so he has to respond to it on this channel.
Could yeah. Or we could just steal his idea and we'll just do our own Beyond the Narrative.
There you go.
Beyond the Narrative.
This isn't me talking in the chat. Yeah. Let's start with that lie. Let's do that. Let's start with the lie. Exactly, says Stray Beans. This didn't benefit Eric at all. Again, I don't think there's anything in this video for him to like even make this video except as a call to action. Like, I think he made here's my rumor. I'm gonna float a rumor. I'm gonna float some gay shit out there. So bear with me. I think Eric July made this video a couple months ago, right? And remember, he said he was going to release surprises for ISOM 3. I think he had this in the chamber in case ISOM was failing. He's like, release a video. So I think he has a couple of these, and he's going to sprinkle them throughout the 75 days, right? Because, it's failing. Then, hey, look, I released this video, and all my fans got riled up again. And maybe that's going to get me a little attention.
I think if this really is a call to action, then it's premeditated and the timing is perfect because, like, I don't know, Dan Fraga just had all the Dungeoneers, all the anti-CG people all on his panel. I think they're trying to fucking call to action and start their own little thing with Eric. It's going to be crazy.
Detracting a narrative. Detracting the narrative, right? Detracting the narrative.
That's what Eric's been doing anyway. He's been calling out the Dungeoneers, right?
Yeah, he's been shouting them out. Not calling them out, shouting them out.
No, but so I think the final moment's right here, and it looks like Fraga's gonna lead the charge, and he has a ton of followers too, so it's gonna be interesting.
Doesn't he also got like a book that's like
he literally just threatened Shane Davis on his stream, him and his writer. They're like, we're gonna see Shane at EICon or something, and we're gonna have a talk to him face to face about calling Ali Sanguis a fat Cenobite. Like, they've lost their minds. What the fuck?
Yeah, she's not fat.
No, she is, and she does look like a Cenobite.
I thought maybe he took umbrage with the fat part and not the Cenobite part. I was assuming we all agreed that she looked like a Cenobite and that the fat was
that's what the fuck I'm talking about, Tony. Fucking right. You do look like a Cenobite, you fucking gothic.
Fraga's book is longer. That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's odd that he would get like Fraga, like, oh yeah, we'll join up with Eric, who's constantly
Black Flag went out for cigarettes and never came back. That's the guy you guys want. Let's start your new little movement with.
Headwound Gang acting up as well.
Yeah,
not a coincidence.
Go for it, Eric. Fucking take all the Dungeoneers with you. More room for us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Fraga's mad at calling an aging goth fat, but not pulling the recording smearing shit. Yeah. Shane has been fighting for years, John. I wouldn't mess with him. Yeah, he's going to give him the little fucking... I've seen the end of Cobra Kai. That's going to be Shane as he's whipping the ass. Johnny style. Dude, I was so this... I love Cobra Kai. It's a great series. But I think they dropped the ball at the end. Because if Johnny would have hit dude with the fucking crane kick, I would have lost my shit. Like, if it came full circle and he used the crane kick, the kick that beat him, he used that to fucking win. Right. I think that would have been a better...
Yeah.
Because he did it, like he was thinking about it, like they showed like in his mind where he's like thinking about back at the thing, and he kind of moved his hands like it looked like he was gonna do it. I was like, oh shit, Johnny's gonna do the fucking crane kick, and then he didn't. Very disappointing.
You guys remember Miguel? Miguel? You remember Miguel got like paralyzed in that show?
Yeah. Then he taught him to walk again.
That shit was brutal, bro. He got thrown out a flight of steps and landed like in the middle of his back on the rail.
Focus anymore, so I'm not chasing content. I'm spending 20 minutes recording this, passing it off to my editorial team.
Yeah, he spent 20 minutes recording this, and then he passed it off to his editorial team. He has a whole team of editors.
Getting right back to work. These segments are here so that fans and really anyone who supports
these segments. So he recorded multiple segments in 20 minutes, and somehow the first segment is 30 minutes long. Like, again, there's like time dilation going on inside Eric July's warehouse.
Also, you notice who's missing from all these segments? Poor little Sturgis. Nowhere to be seen.
And got this.
Oh yeah.
Where the fuck's Waldo, Sturgis, huh? You're not in any of these videos, you ugly motherfucker.
Hey.
No, sorry.
What we're doing, have a central place to point to when someone brings up.
Point to, look at it. You could point to it beyond the narrative.
One of these tired talking points. Whether
and you could watch it on your phone. Look at you could just
you want to reference it, share it, or just have the facts. It's all right here. So let's get into the first issue. There's a lot of fake information floating around about the weirdo who got arrested outside of our meetup. So in this
weirdo,
I got the information. He's going to talk about the weirdo that got arrested. There's a lot of
he's got two other weirdos on the screen that in Las Vegas they helped their fan lose their virginity to a Jamaican hooker, directing traffic, holding their fan, thrusting their fan into the Jamaican hooker, saying, "You're fucking her good, buddy. Whoa, buddy, you're fucking her real good, buddy."
These are real weirdos.
Look at those two degenerates on the screen. Those are the real weirdos. Worski, the fucking cokehead.
Hey, how could you say that PPP's a weirdo? All he did was get naked and show his asshole to his chat. I mean,
in the name of God, brother. He spread his cheeks in the name of God.
He was like, "Look it, guys, I totally was never raped in the ass." And then he showed his asshole's virginity. He's like, "Look, it's still intact."
Spread your cheeks.
As you do,
brother. Hell, brother.
They were claiming he was smuggling Twinkies, and he had to prove it. It's like jail. They had to move his asshole. It's like, look, see, nothing in there. It's all good.
But all this is my enemy. It's that fucking, the art of war shit. My enemy's enemy is my friend.
Robco guy says, "I saw Kiwi farmers giving Eric shit for not thanking them for the footage of this video. When you source from crazies, expect to deal with them."
Oh yeah.
Not being funny, but what gender is the thing in the lower left? PPP is a man. Or a male. I don't know if he's a man.
He's like plus size.
He's a man's man.
Yeah.
This video, we're going to break down some of those myths. A YouTuber who I wasn't even familiar with called my operation a scam and then posted.
A YouTuber I wasn't even familiar with called my operation a scam. I'm pretty sure you were familiar with Dick Masterson.
The wall of text review still in my content.
He put a wall of text for Eric. First off, Dick didn't put a wall of text review. He put a notes. He put notes.
Well, they're called paragraphs, but
not just paragraphs, but like there were sentences. It was all separated. And again, he's like a wall of text review. So is Eric saying that long reviews are bad?
Right? No, he's saying he hates to read. So how could he ever be,
Because I'm saying like the criticism here is like he put up a wall of text review. When you say a wall of text, you're just saying you said a lot of things, right? So literally he's just taking umbrage with the fact that the review was long. He's like, he should have put like just like 3 or 4 sentences. Like he put way too many, and then I had to read all of them, and I got tired halfway through, and I had to use the dictionary to look up some of these terms and stuff.
He doesn't like reading.
And you notice how he doesn't source the Kiwi Farms guys, but he does source the guy that like critiqued Dick's critique part by part. Oh fuck, sorry. I spoiled it. Shit.
Phase, I addressed that wall of text in a video. The review was clearly bogus, and I broke down exactly why.
The review was clearly bogus, clearly. And he broke down exactly why when he was bitching him. We watched that video, by the way, thanks to Hibati.
We focused on what was said, not who said it.
We focused on what was said, not who said it. Except for you called Dick Masterson slurs. You referred to him as Buster Baxter, that dickhead, and other very colorful language, right? So you did kind of focus on who he was.
Pretty even keeled and basic. This is why
it was pretty even keeled, guys. He was yelling, screaming, and jumping up and down. Even
consider this a critique of your critique.
Yeah.
I never even mentioned where it had come from. This sparked a whole conversation about good versus bad faith criticism. Instead of focusing on whether or not the review itself was legitimate,
In good faith.
No. First off, hold on. He said this sparked a debate of good versus bad faith criticism. No, it didn't. You sparked the debate because you called it bad faith criticism. You're the one who started the whole good faith, bad faith bullshit. Not the rest of us, not us. You said it was bad faith. That's why people say, no, Eric, it's good faith. It doesn't matter if it's bad faith or not. We were the ones going, what matters is if it's legitimate or not, right? Does the review ring true? Are the things said in the review correct? Do they sound good? Do they make sense?
some people try to twist the narrative, acting as if I was attacking all criticism, but that was never the point. The focus was on the veracity of what was being said. If
on the veracity, that's a big word for Eric. I don't think he knows what that means.
View is filled with false things or made up nonsense. Why would anyone take it seriously?
Oh my God, I never noticed this, but it literally says isom notes. Isom notes. Clearly, that's not a review, Eric. Is it factually correct? That's Gay Popeye in Westwood.
If a review is filled with false things or made up nonsense, why would
And it even says 2 weeks ago, do not start back in time. That is 100% good criticism.
would anyone take it seriously? It's like if someone told you the sky is green and gravity doesn't exist, you wouldn't sit there debating it like it's a valid opinion.
Well, actually, see, the first part, the sky being green, we know that's not true, but actually the sky isn't anything. The sky doesn't actually have a color. Eric, I don't know if you're aware of that.
Right.
Air, I don't know if you know this, Eric, but air has no color because you see through the gas, right? So there's really no color there. It just appears blue because of the water on Earth and the reflection off of the water into the sky. And, it's a very scientific thing. But irregardless of that, that is an objective thing. Art is subjective, right? And as far as the gravity thing, again, you'd be wrong because if you knew anything about science, gravity isn't a law, it's a theory still. Technically, you can argue whether or not gravity exists because if you know on quantum mechanics and if you take things down to the quantum level, gravity suddenly falls apart. Gravity, things that should act a certain way due to quote unquote gravity, don't actually act that way anymore. And so it's been theorized that gravity might not actually exist. It might be something else that we're just not able to grasp what it is yet. So
that's why it's called a theory.
Yeah, not quite what would because think about it. Gravity holds you down, right, Dario? Gravity keeps you on Earth, right?
Wrong.
Yes or no? No, I'm just saying, like that's the theory, right? That gravity is why we don't fly off the Earth, right?
Yeah, but it's bullshit.
But you can jump. You can jump, right?
Yeah, you can jump, and buildings aren't flying away.
I live in a desert, Tony. Why is the sky not yellow? First off, don't lie, Jabba. There's 2 suns on your planet, so fuck your science, Tony. Art is subjective to a point. Commercial art is very objective.
Oh, by the way, speaking of science, Bill Nye the Science Guy just made the news for fucking doing the Hail Hitler.
Did he?
Yeah, and so everybody, like all the lefties, are outing him now. He's like, oh, he's just been an actor this whole time. He was never a scientist. It's like they're going crazy because he did the Elon thing.
He just sent his heart out to everybody. Yeah. Art is subjective to a point. Commercial art is very... Actually, see, here's the thing, right? Although art is subjective, right? Comic books, regular books, novels and stuff like that. I don't think even art. I think even like there's certain things for like paintings and stuff that are very objective, right? And what I mean is like, so if I get a comic book and the pages are printed upside down, that's not subjective. That's an object. I can go, hey, this comic is bad. Why? Because they misprinted all the pages, right? This comic is bad because it's missing all the dialogue, right? They didn't print it up correctly. Those would be objective things that even though it's an art form, I could still be objective, right? Hey, this painting's bad.
The perspective is all fucked up, or some body part looks messed up.
You know, and when it comes to like writing, there are objective things. Whether or not I like the story is irrelevant to whether or not you spelled things correctly, you use the correct grammar, you use the correct sentence structure, right? So, and a lot of what Dick was criticizing wasn't even like whether he liked the story or not. A lot of it was like, hey, this doesn't make any sense. There's no arc. There's no 3-part arc, right? There's no structure. There's no save the cat moment, things like that.
Just dismiss it because it's objectively false. Same thing here.
What the fuck are you talking about? She says the sky is green. Don't argue with a woman. See, you already done fucked up, Eric. If a woman says the sky is green, you just shake your head and move on. There's no point arguing with a woman. You're never going to win.
But that's all he ever does.
Even if you're right, you're still wrong. So just don't even bother.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not even worth it.
Untrue. Why would anyone take it to heart? If you're wondering where one of the biggest fake narratives started, it was this. And if you don't believe me, check out Dan Cotter's thread where he
the one
first, yes,
where he dismisses, debunks all the he debunks the notes.
Dismantle that review point by point, complete with receipts. It's a masterclass. Apparently, that
masterclass.
It's a masterclass. You know what's funny is he's saying that Dan Cotter literally dismantles it point by point, but somehow Eric still was not able to calmly just read Dan Cotter's tweets and go, see, this is why everything's wrong. Like he still had a spur to fuck out.
Of the critique bruised the guy's ego from that.
It bruised the guy's ego. Guys, Eric July, look at Eric July. He's a tough guy. He's up there with Public Enemy.
With Public Enemy.
It's not his own picture, though. It's a draw.
Oh, I never even noticed that is Flavor Flav, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they got the PE. That's why they got the Public Enemy shirts on. But
Flavor,
he said he's now claiming that his critique of my critique of your critique bruised trust me, Eric. Dick's ego was not bruised at all. Okay, at all. NDAs with attitude. Yeah.
There you go.
NDAs with attitude.
Dick literally threw that stuff out there. You did that thing, and he just laughed at you being stupid. And that was the end of it.
This is like
that
the black
point
and white
on.
version
He
of
declared me public.
Yeah, that made him Public Enemy number one.
Enemy number one in his own little one-sided war. Then one of his lackeys decided.
One-sided war.
One-sided war, bud.
Could you imagine being his editor though? Like Eric's the one that had to tell his editor that, hey, could you put me on next to Public Enemy?
Yeah, well, okay. So first off, this is supposed to be explaining everything, right? Eric went from the critique of your critique to Riley going at him. Now, Eric seemed to have skipped the part where he was on stream with Dick Masterson, and Dick apologized. He said, "I'm sorry for calling your business a scam." Right? He missed that part of the.
We were going to react to that too until all this content came out.
He missed that, EVS was on there. He missed the fact that other people were saying, hey, even though there's some things in there you might not like, you should just take this as a learning experience, right? Skipped all that. But some lackey of that guy
decided to inject himself into this imaginary feud for some internet clout, the things people will do for content. Here's where
it says the guy doing this for content.
It really gets weird. I never interacted.
Here's where it really gets weird. I never interacted
with this guy, not once to my knowledge, yet
not once. Then he, to my knowledge, I believe this is completely incorrect.
God. See,
that, oh my God. I was gonna say, I believe he did respond to Riley once or twice.
Yeah, but also like the people that say to my knowledge are the worst kind of people, bro. Like if you get pulled over and you got one of those not to my knowledge kind of people, like you're just fucked.
Oh yeah, like Sturgis. Yeah.
You got anything in the car? Not to my knowledge. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Not
As
to
far
your
as I know,
knowledge?
bud.
You fucking
That means
snitch.
yes.
You're a fucking snitch. Anybody that says that shit is a fucking snitch.
Well, we know Eric is a snitch. So
I know, it's ironic, right?
don't you think? A little bit.
Christ.
No, but that's his way of covering his ass. He say, "Not to my knowledge." So then when you pull up a receipt, we say, "Well, he said he wasn't sure, right?" That's all that is. I've dealt with people like that before, where they basically, no, I didn't say definitely. I said not to my knowledge. And so what it is that one instance that you pulled up, that doesn't count because I didn't remember that had happened.
He's a shyster, just like Dan Frega. Eric's the same cloth. Shysters.
Shysters, not Eric.
Out of nowhere, he built his entire online persona around me. He ripped off my podcast, copied the logo, and became obsessed. He
ripped out my podcast, copied the logo, and became obsessed.
He fucking dropped a rock on me.
Ripped off my podcast.
So I love that Eric acknowledges that Riley took his podcast from him. He ripped off my podcast.
He actually admitted it. Wow.
So what's funny though is Riley isn't the first one to do this. Remember, Actual Fandom did a For Canon's Sake the same way.
Oh, he did. Weren't you on the For Canon's Sake episodes with Riley? Yeah, you were, right?
Yeah.
I messed up.
So he ripped off my logo. He ripped off all my things. Poor Eric.
Copied the logo and became obsessed, even with what he chooses to call himself, and then his whole.
Even when he chooses to call himself, Eric doesn't understand like mockery, does he? He calls himself satire. Young Clipper. That's me. He's obsessed with me. He wants to wear my skin, Your Honor.
That doesn't even look like you, Eric. Look at this.
He's stalking me, partner.
I don't understand how one man can be this so unaware, right? How his fans could even buy this shit.
Well, I'll tell you how. Hairy shoulders and big muscles. It's peak.
Jibbity. Yeah.
Peak manlyhood.
Closeted behavior, fatherless behavior. It all adds
he's
up.
Not that buff. No, he's not. Not at all. Riley's logo looks better, bud. I agree. I tend to agree that Riley's logo does look. Let's see what he.
This whole bit.
Come on, go back. But why did The Rock crush Riley's logo?
Ripped off my
Mine is better.
I have a theory, but I really don't want to say it. It goes a little.
Podcast copy the.
Goes a little what?
Well, I guess I'll say it. So there was this new and upcoming rapper named Triple X, XXX Tentacion, and he like said some shit about Drake's mom and shit, and then he put out some weird tweet like he's like, if anybody tries to kill me, I'm snitching right now, it's Drake, and then like he ends up dying, and like after he dies, Drake makes a new music video with like Travis Scott, and a fucking giant rock falls on the XXX Tentacion kid in the music video. So I
is that what you mean?
I think Eric's aware of that. Like,
that's
what
he's
checks. Doing.
That must be it, sure.
Logo and became obsessed, even with what he chooses to call himself, and then his whole bit was threatening to shave me.
Then his whole bit was threatening to shave me. That was his whole bit. Yeah,
he was going to pull up and shave me.
And again, Eric is skipping key details, right? So he shows this tweet, day 10 of walking up the hill every day until I'm fit enough to pull up and shave Eric D. July.
Like, listen.
Again, no, hold on. Eric July called all his haters fat, white, out of shape people that didn't have what it takes to pull up on him, right? You're too fat to pull up on Eric July. That was what he was saying. That was his narrative. That's why Riley did this, right? Because Eric basically said, if you're out of shape, you fat and white, out of shape, you ain't in no you ain't physical enough to pull up on Eric July. He was trying to be a tough guy. Eric was saying he was tough. So Riley was making fun of him, saying, hey, I'm going to get into shape. That way I'll be able to pull up on you, Eric. And again, no one was even paying attention to Riley at this point, right? Like, We were kind of aware of it. And like people were like, oh, look, Riley's still walking up the hill. Silly Riley, right? That's it. Like Eric made Riley a thing.
He made it.
Rippaverse is a better name because that's exactly what's going to happen to his company. DOA. Damn.
Yeah.
For business sake, would have been more legit. It never stops being funny and shaving his shoulders. Your Honor, he's trying to shave me. He's trying to shave me, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like any courtroom this goes in front of, and he has to say that he was threatening to show up and shave Eric. Like any judge, any jury, they're all laughing. Nobody's take.
That's why he ran away from court.
Yeah. Could you imagine a judge having to read this? Like he threatened.
Well, the
to
judge
show
was
up
probably
and shave
laughing.
you. Like that's what I'm saying. It's great. It's the best thing ever.
Weird stuff. Again, this wasn't a
weird. This is weird stuff, guys. Look at that's weird.
One-off thing for a bit.
Weird
His entire online.
Oh my God! He put.
Wait, it looks like a monkey right there, though. He shouldn't have done that.
Is that really Riley's face? Is that really Riley? But like, or is it just someone else that he's using?
This is like I
don't remember if Riley has this shirt.
Remember, Anita Sarkeesian would
became
make videos like this about Gamergate.
Yeah.
That almost looks like Vito.
It looks more like Vito, yeah.
It looks like Vito, actually, yeah.
No, it probably is Clippo, though.
I agree with the slow-speaking Asian. But because this shirt, right, like, I don't want to go back in the video, but at the very beginning, when he's talking about all this shit, there was somebody with that exact same shirt on, right? What the hell is it? Right there. See, the guy's got the same Stormtrooper shirt.
The same footage. Yep.
This. And again, I never engaged.
He uses the mugshot. Look at that. That's a badass mugshot. Got a towel on his. If I didn't know any better, right? Like if you're just like, hey, what is this? I would think this is like Riley was getting a haircut. His mom took a picture of him. Like, this is Riley's first haircut. He's like, he's got a towel around him, you know.
Yeah, if I didn't know any better, this would be like this is like the sidekick from Home Improvement, Tim the Tailor. This was his sidekick, and he's like chilling in a bathrobe after getting out of a Vegas hotel room. Yeah.
I'm saying like there's nothing in the background. There's no like the numbers like you see like the old mugshots and stuff. Like I wouldn't know.
Age with this guy. He just decided to become the useful idiot of YouTubers that were desperate for content. But
he decided to become the useful idiot of desperate YouTubers. Who's the YouTubers? He said YouTubers. Is he saying Dick and Vito, or is he saying all of us? Like Dick, Vito.
Or is he saying EBS?
Yeah.
It kept escalating. It went from this weird internet obsession to real life. He doxed my home, bragged on YouTube channels about driving by my house, threatened my.
He doxed my home, bragged on YouTube channels about driving by my house. Eric, none of that happened. Literally. Riley talked about going to your house. That's like way later in the timeline, right? Like Riley still at this point in the timeline. Riley hasn't left anywhere. He's still doing the pull-up part, right? Because obviously you haven't taken down his thing. Unless he's skipping like whole swaths and just like, yeah, this guy did this thing on the internet and then he pulled up to the warehouse. Like he's just skipping like all these like months and months of
my employees, and even said he pee on my ancestors' grave.
He even said he pee on my ancestors' grave.
Go pee.
Crossed the line and spilled into real life, and that's what led to his arrest. And literally,
that's what led to his arrest. It wasn't me putting a warrant on him.
Literally, any other context, we'd all agree this is a deranged stalker.
No, we wouldn't. In any other context, we'd all agree that this was a funny bit from an internet comedian. I can't believe Eric is lying in this video. You can? You really can't?
Are you surprised?
Dennis D says, I never saw anything about doxing his home. Riley at one point, like again, like Eric just skipped this huge chunk of the fucking story, right? So Riley got DMCA'd on Twitter. He got DMCA'd on his Teespring store and all that. So eventually he went to the warehouse. He did the warehouse stuff, right? comes back. Eric was on a show with Shagsworth. I super chatted Shagsworth something, right? He didn't read it. And Riley got really pissed off because, reading the super chats, that's what led to the whole drama, right? Because he didn't read Riley's super chats. So Shagsworth not reading my super chat pissed off Riley. So Riley put a picture of a house and he said, I'm going to escalate this. One day people like me are going to take this too far, right? He put a picture of a house. Now, I thought that was Shagsworth's house. Fucking get a name that doesn't sound so hard to pronounce. I thought it was the home of Shagsworth because Riley was responding to Shagsworth. But Eric was like, that's my house. Look at my house. Why is he putting my house? So then everyone then found out that was actually Eric July's house, right? So, and again, he didn't put like an address or anything. It was just a picture from like Zillow. So it was like a nondescript picture of the house with no address, no identifying things. Now, Hamilton Berger says Eric July clearly made it through it most of his life, mistaking people not wanting to argue with an angry black idiot as him winning arguments by being smart. Yeah, I agree. I think he thought that, because he yells really loud and then people are just like, don't want to deal with that, right? Like,
literally, the monetize your haters era was just him yelling and being autistic and everybody just walking up because, out of frustration, not out of his intelligence.
It's funny because he's fat.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, he doxed himself. Exactly.
He did it to himself.
Putaway says, I'm pretty sure Eric's voice is AI. It could be. So maybe that's why it only took him 20 minutes. It took him 20 minutes to write all the scripts, and then AI did it all. Even the fag bug incident ended because Eric was loud and confused. Well, it started because Eric was loud and confused. He was threatening to, bust up the fag bug. And then that lady's like, what the hell? What's your problem with my car? He's like, oh, I thought this was against faggotry. I'm pro-faggotry like you, so I made a mistake.
LGBT ally.
Yeah.
But because it's me, people twist the narrative. So they started floating lies around just to justify.
Look at them lies. They're just floating. No one floated any lies to justify it. Yeah. It's the same shit. But he said we were floating lies to justify it. No. No one floated any lies. We all just said the truth was he didn't get arrested for trespassing. He got arrested for you saying that, hey, I am scared for my life. Please arrest this guy for online communications.
Repeated online communications. That's what the warrant says.
I'm going to show you exactly how he got here and break down the myths.
Oh, he's going to show us how he got here. He's got footage of Riley driving all the way to the warehouse.
Along the way. Myth number 1. Eric told his critics to pull up.
This is 100% factual.
True.
Yeah.
This is a completely out of context statement and irrelevant to what actually happened.
It's irrelevant, guys.
It's irrelevant.
He did the Sturgis thing. God damn.
Well, he did double.
So even if it does exist, it's irrelevant.
Yeah. It's irrelevant.
This is completely out of context, but it's also irrelevant. Why does it matter if it's in context or not, right? Like, if it's irrelevant, then the context doesn't matter at that point.
First of all, I never told any individual person to pull up. The context was simple. I was highlighting how energy online is always different from how it is in person. That's still true to this day. Whenever we're at events, it's nothing but love. In this particular case, I was talking about the difference in energy leading up to Fan Expo. I said if anyone had something they would like to discuss, they should come up and we could hash it out like men. And I was explicit. I said, let's talk. Let's hash it out. Let's talk about it. Let's be men. But here's where.
Oh, he cut it off. You said, let's do confrontation. You lying shit. You said, let's do confrontation.
Where the dishonesty really kicks in. People twisted that into me calling for a fight or worse.
Guys, he says you're twisting what he means. Okay, now let's hear him out. Let's we're gonna not talk over Eric. We're gonna hear him out. Okay, I want to make sure that we get the argument from Eric exactly the way it is. Okay.
where the dishonesty really kicks in. People twisted that into me calling for a fight or worse, as if I was calling out the stalker. But that video was from May of 2023, before the stalker even started his new shtick. And this wasn't a one-off statement. Back in March of 2023, before I addressed the other guy's wall of text, I tweeted using the term pull up, clearly talking about being civil. It's a basic term that you have to go out of your way to misunderstand. I've even talked about this same concept in videos emphasizing staying civil during disagreements.
Man, ain't nobody fucking about to go fight no motherfucker over no YouTube, man. Come on. Well, who you think I am? You? I abide by the non-aggression principle. These are words. I might not like what it is you say, but I won't punch you in the face for it. That's what
you notice how he's a lot of cuts, a lot of
cuts. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of cuts there.
But here's what we got. Here's what we got, Eric. No, not the actual footage. I got something better than the actual footage, guys. Come on. The actual footage would be pedestrian at this point, right? We've all seen the footage. We all seen what Eric said. But what I have is even better. This comes from Antoids. So shout out to Antoids over there on the Biggest Problem. This is an archive of every instance that Eric July used the term pull up. So we're going to see exactly what it is he means. Steven Alvarez says, small fun Easter egg. When Gothica was listening to Eric July's dumb music, she slipped that Eric July is a great guy who speaks aggressively.
Oh, wow.
Woo! I wonder why she said that.
DI rules.
I can't take this asswipe anymore. Don't pull up in Chicago. Someone might take it wrong. Was pull up even there in that meaning? Quite possibly. Well, let's see. Leftists for months. ACAB. Folks pull up on the Capitol building. Leftists now. Oh my God, they had conflict with those poor cops. One even died.
Conflict. Look at that.
And don't Google Nazis weren't socialists and pull up some Snopes article. Okay, that's obviously
that one's fun.
People that he likens to the mentioned things. No, it's not saying that he should be pulled on. Man, that's a really holy shit. I can pull up on someone.
I can pull up on someone.
Wow. You're being dramatic. He continues to just make shit up for the sake of presenting a false narrative about people. No matter how many times he's corrected, he'll still perpetuate it and decline any opportunity to address two shit outside of Twitter fingers. And that's why I'll just pull up on him.
Right, I saw him, guys. Look at that.
Threatening to pull up on people. This is about haunted houses. I live around the city. Pull up. That's not it. I live in Dallas. I'll be at Fan Expo, and you're free to pull up. I've never told thousands of people to pull up one man.
Oh,
stop fucking
lying. He uses
it
both ways, for both meanings. Not just the one, right?
Yeah. So he's used pull up several times in context of starting a fight. I believe there was one. Hold on, there's one more, which I think is the real smoking gun, right? He deleted this one. It says,
never delete anything, partner.
Yeah. So he continues to make up shit for the sake of presenting false narrative, and no matter how many times he's corrected, he'll still perpetuate it and decline any opportunity to address shit outside Twitter fingers. And that's why I'll just pull up on him. He deleted that tweet. He deleted the tweet talking about he's gonna pull up on someone.
I wonder why
that is. Wonder why. Let's get back to it. Eric July, pulling up.
They think it's funny, and they think because they're on a crusade. Well, it's fine. Okay, I can do it. I can try to ruin these guys' businesses. I can claim they're frauding people. I can try to do.
I can claim they frauding people. They're not frauding people. You're committing fraud. There's a difference.
All of that stuff, and it's okay because they think they're on a crusade fighting.
No one thinks that. No one thinks they're on a crusade. They're
the bigots and the fascists and the racists and the misogynists. Like,
what the hell is he talking about? I don't think any of that stuff.
Let's talk about lefties.
Make up
what's going on here.
Disagree with me all day long, but you don't lie.
So to wrap it up,
don't lie, or else what, Eric? Or else what? Also, to wrap it up, and it's a guy wrapping up a burrito.
The thing he eats in the warehouse. Remember?
Oh, racist.
Jesus Christ.
The entire pull-up narrative is false. It's intentionally taken out of context to paint me as some tough guy trying to fight his.
He's not a tough guy. I'm trying to paint him as a tough guy. He's not a tough guy, guys.
Drawing, having himself drawn with muscles. He's a tough guy, though. Wow.
I think this picture is AI too. I think this picture right here is AI because we all know he's got a goddamn underbite like you wouldn't believe. So what the fuck is this?
No, that's an old picture. That's like Eric.
Yeah. It didn't develop yet.
Yeah.
Wait, it didn't develop yet. So how the fuck did he get the underbite later in life? He was sucking a lot of
dick.
Yeah, sucking a lot of cock. Eric, you cocksucker.
Critics, when in reality, I was talking about having conversations face to face and how direct confrontation isn't inherently bad. And
direct confrontation. Oh shit! What's whose house is this?
Even with all that being said, there's no world where anyone can justify just showing up.
Not Rippa's house. Guys, not Rippa's.
You have to make sure.
That's a 3D asset house.
At someone's house or place of business. That's not.
Eric, you can 100% show up at someone's place of business. It's a place of business. You could go to someone's house. Actually, it's literally not illegal to go to somebody's house. Did you know that? Did you know that like the mailman comes to my house every fucking day? People come through the neighborhood when they need me to sign petitions or they need me to sign things. Hey, we're gonna do something to the alley. Right, we're gonna dig up the alley, so we need to let you guys be aware of what's going on every day. Yeah, TJ's always answer the damn door. Right. Yeah, could you imagine? Eric's probably like drop kicking fucking Girl Scouts coming to his house. Who told you allowed to come to my house? Kicks her down the stairs like it's fucking Nick Fuentes and shit.
Discourse that's crossing the line. There's a huge difference between public conversation or even private.
See, this Clipper guy wants to be Rippa. He ripped the Rippaverse logo and clipped his clips. Clipper is a real dip. What?
What the fudge?
Why would you put that in there? What the fuck was Eric thinking? Like, does Eric know that's in there? Did he make the video and was unaware that the editors put this in? Or
wait, what's a dipper?
He's a real dip.
Big dipper. I see the Big Dipper every night when I look in the sky, and it's not green either.
I imagine this is like Jack Nicholson, where he's like all work and no play makes a Jack a dull boy. This is Eric July writing this everywhere. See, this Clipper guy wants to be Ripper. He ripped the Rippaverse logo and clipped his clippers. Clipper is a real dip. Eric, why are you writing that? You don't understand, woman?
Private civil conversations and doing what took place there. Anyone acting like those two things are the same as being willfully dishonest. Myth number.
No, we actually said those two things are different. We all said that you wanted to fight and you were challenging people to fight. You literally told Bob that he wasn't built for this. You told Bob from Organized Chaos that he wouldn't pull up on you because he was not built for confrontation, right? And I don't know if you need to be a certain weight limit or have so many muscles in order to have a friendly discussion about things. Right. So obviously you're talking about a physical altercation.
Remember when he said there's a reason why he wears baggy clothes?
Yeah. Eric is a rap master. Is that what it is? That's like his no homo. I'm going to rape you and your bro.
Right.
Two, and possibly the most hilarious one. Eric called the cops because someone made fun of him.
Hilarious.
Never.
Yes.
Never happened.
Yes, he did.
Yes, it did, motherfucker.
It's all on record.
I've been.
No, I will say this. Eric didn't call the cops because someone made fun of him online. Eric called the cops because a fat guy showed up to his warehouse and he got really scared. No. He's like, "Oh no."
Oh yeah, that's what prompted it. Yes,
but after the Ricada stream, he's the one that went and got the warrant. Like Clipper would have never been arrested. He would have just been like what, trespassed, right?
No, he didn't get trespassed at all. No. Riley would have had to show back up. Eric would have basically had to have been there with like written documentation from everybody who shares that public parking lot, right?
Yeah,
I'm basically saying, "Hey, we don't want you here ever again."
No, what I'm
that's
saying
how you
is
get trespassed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he claims to not have called the cops, but a warrant just doesn't appear out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
No, see, the cops took it upon themselves. Eric July is such a hero in Texas for the Rippaverse that the mayor of Dallas was like, "Hey, Eric, don't worry. I seen what's going on online, and we're gonna take care of it just for you, buddy. You didn't got to call us."
Been in the public sphere since 2006, and trust me, there's no shortage of people talking trash about me online. Yet, not a single one of them has ever had the cops called on them. Think about that. It's almost.
Think about that. Not one of them had the cops call on them.
Till now,
well, Eric. Yeah, it's always the first time for everything, right? You challenged Riley. You picked the wrong one. See, you've been picking on people that were too scared to pull up. Riley wasn't, and that's where we're at, right? I threaten to beat people up a lot. I say, "Hey, let's box," right? There could be an instance where someone, if Sturgis said, "Hey, let's do this," right? Let's box, let's do it. And then I would be stuck. I'd have to box them, right? I'd be like, "Oh man, I've been online since 1999, and ain't nobody ever tried to box me." But then Sturgis showed up and decided he wanted to box me, right? Yeah, that happens, right? Sometimes your mouth writes a check that your body can't cash. Right? You wrote a check with your mouth. You said, "Pull up, let's do confrontation. Come meet me. Let's talk it out." You literally told Riley he did not have your address because you never DMCA'd him. So he showed up to your warehouse to prove you wrong.
Almost like you'd have to do something specific to make that happen. Here's what actually happened. The stalker weirdo. Stalker weirdo, the one who built his entire persona around obsessing over me, found my home address. One of the biggest lies that spread is that he got my address because my employee supposedly copyright struck him.
Copyright struck him. No. You didn't copyright struck him. You DMCA'd him.
It's gonna be a DMCA.
Yeah, and he didn't show up to your house, Eric. He showed up to your warehouse. I know warehouse has the word house in it, but you don't live there. It's not your home.
Right.
Revealing it. That's completely false. A couple of things here. No one from my team, not an employee, not legal, no one sent him a copyright strike that revealed our address.
Okay, so no one sent him a copyright strike that revealed our address. Okay, Eric is right because you didn't copyright strike him. You DMCA'd him.
Whole different thing.
No, it's the same thing, but it's phrasing, right? YouTube is a copyright strike. You get a copyright notice.
Yeah.
You get a DMCA notice on Twitter. How do I know that? How do I know you get a DMCA notice on Twitter, guys?
Oh, because you went through the same thing.
Yeah, I literally got a DMCA notice
from Andy Andrew.
And so, hold on. Let's see. I think I have.
We also have a super chat.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. I'm looking for something. I could have swore that I fucking I had it all ready to go, and now I can't find it. Was it that long ago? Yeah. Okay, so here it is. For whatever reason, I recently starred on Yahoo Mail. You can star your fucking shit, but instead of actually putting it new, it put it back like in 2023 when it happened. All right, so let me see if I can get this without showing everything else. Because I don't want to show my name. I don't want to show all my other stuff, right?
You know what, Eric? I'm blaming the ginger. Gingers are always ginger and gay, you know?
True.
They have no soul, so I'm blaming the ginger guy, Eric. That's probably the mole in your camp. It's the ginger dude.
Huh? Say that again?
I'm telling Eric that the mole in his camp that sent the address when he did the DMCA was definitely the ginger and gay guy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, I have no idea what you're saying at all.
Did you find it yet?
Well, but he is soulless.
Yeah, I found it. I was just making sure that...
That's what she said.
And he has
I was just...
found these nuts in your mouth.
Damn, it's like that. Y'all just fucking... Y'all foul. We call 911 in this part of Texas. Yeehaw! What's up, Red? With a big 2. Here we go.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna stop that screen. We're gonna show my fucking emails. I'm gonna dox my own emails, guys.
Uh-oh.
Let me make sure that there's nothing. All right. Let me see.
No dick pics, Tony.
No dick pics. I gotta move. Hold on, I gotta move a bunch of shit. Let's archive that shit. I gotta delete this folder. I gotta delete my dick pic folder. All right, there we go. Now I can.
See, new Finbar sent dick pics.
He did. I got a whole folder on a.
Yeah, you sound just like DJ.
So here it is. Here's my Twitter support case, as you can see, right? On Twitter support. So Eric says that he never, no copy strike, right, from his team. So it says, hello, the following material has been removed from your account in response to the DMCA takedown notice copied at the bottom of this email. That's my tweet, right? So if you wish to contest this removal, you may seek retractions from the original reporter or file a counter notification, which is what I did, right? Retractions are not guaranteed and must be submitted by the original reporter to copyright at twitter.com. You can request a retraction by using the reporter's contact information found in a copy of the original DMCA notice located at the bottom of this email. If you believe the material has been removed as a result of mistake or misidentification, you may submit a counter notification of your objection pursuant to 17 USC 512 G3, which is what I did. And then I had to include my full name, legal address, identification, blah, 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 all the stuff that you got to do, right? And you scroll down. So this is the original. Please note that repeat violations will get me suspended. So this is the copyright owner, Rippaverse Publishing, LLC, name Andrew Rodriguez, who is a member of Rippaverse Publishing. His job title is creative director. The email is info@ericdjuly.com. What? Guys, literally, the email that they used is fucking Eric July's, info@ericjuly.com. And then address, 1900 Preston Road, 267, number 99, City, Plano, State, Texas, postal code. The only thing they left empty was the optional stuff, which was the phone number and the fax. So, where is the infringement happening? Twitter. Description of original request. Comic book graphic novel. Link to the original work. So they linked the production ISOM 2 campaign. Please provide the URL. So this is my tweet. Reported content. Other. Description of infringement. Rippaverse Publishing, LLC is a comic book company dealing in strictly physical print media. Our books are unavailable digitally via any legal means. This account is sharing a link to a pirated copy of our latest book and encouraging others to do so as well, which is 100% factually incorrect. Then he says, I understand that I may be liable for any damages, including costs and attorney fees, if I knowingly, materially misrepresent that reported material or activity is infringing. Good faith belief. I have good faith belief that the use of the material in the manner complained of is not authorized by the copyright owner, its agent, or law. The authority to act. The information in this notification is accurate, and I state under penalty of perjury that I'm authorized to act on behalf of the copyright owner, who we know is Eric D. July. Signature, Andrew Rodriguez from the U.S. So there it is. That's the email I received, and Riley received a similar email, right? And as you can see, it does have Eric July's email address as the...
Vicky too, apparently, right?
Yeah, Vicky got one too. So... I think we just debunked.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we just consider this a debunking of your debunking, right? Consider this a beyond the narrative of your beyond the narrative.
There are zero receipts to back up that claim.
There's zero receipts to back up that claim.
And instead, he used other people's screenshots, acting like they were his, to inject himself into this one-sided.
So there were other people's screenshots. No, Riley 100% got a DMCA, and just like I did, and it had the information on it, just like mine does.
few. Just to be clear, if he had received anything from our legal team over using our logo, it would have been a trademark issue, not a copyright one. And
no, see, while that is true, you did not try to sue him. You did not try to take him to court, Eric. You just tried to have his store shut down, which is what you did. You just tried to have his Twitter shut down, which you did. You admitted to having his Twitter shut down in the police report. And how do you have his Twitter shut down? Because you DMCA'd it.
even then, anything sent to a
even if I did
platform where he was monitored, symbol wouldn't include the address of the location he showed.
It wouldn't include the address. I just showed it, Eric. 100% Twitter includes your address because it's in the original report. Whatever report you make, it includes all the information that you give them. Is he that fucking retarded?
Up at that information simply wouldn't be a part of it. You would never.
Wrong. Verified email with business address. Yeah, 100%. You've seen it. Guys, am I lying? Did I not just? You literally see me pull up my.
You've seen it. Yep.
I literally went to my mailbox, went to the DMCA folder that I just created for it, showed you the entire fucking thing that I got from Twitter, and I got 3 of those, not just one. I got 3 because he did it 3 fucking times to me on the same tweet. Because what they did was they DMCA'd me. I filed a counter notification right away. They let the 30 days go through. They gave it up, and then they refiled the next day another DMCA. They did that twice. So I got 3 DMCAs.
Wow. You need to show me a video of Andy Andrew typing the email, bud. That's when I'll believe it, bud.
So
and the thing is, they knew that they were going to lose, right? Because what they said in the complaint was 100% factually incorrect. I did not encourage anybody to pirate Eric's comic, and I did not link to a pirated copy of Eric's comic. I linked to a forum thread, an archived thread discussing the comic. And yes, it showed off pages of the comic because they were discussing the contents of those pages. There is no link to download a copy of the comic. There is no link to download a pirated version. It doesn't even have a link to go to a link to download a copy of the comic, right? Again, it's like if I link to Reddit and Eric's like, oh, there was a pirated version. Yeah, somewhere on Reddit there might be, but not in the section that I linked, right? So no, there was no pirated version. You click the link, it takes you to a forum. That is 100% legal and protected. Sorry, Eric, you don't own links. You don't own forums. That's not yours, okay? And again, I got the DMCA, right? So let's just put into perspective, guys. If Eric July and his company believed that the things on the other end of my tweet were illegal, were copyright infringing, right? How come I got a DMCA, but they didn't? How come the forum I linked to didn't get a takedown notice? How come the link that I linked to is still there to this day? Right? That doesn't make no sense.
Is there like a rule or a standard on Twitter where if you get a certain amount of DMCAs, your account gets yeeted?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like they were intending to take you down. That's why they'd wait 30 days and then do it again so they could rack up your DMCAs.
Eric doesn't DMCA the actual pirate comic sites. Read All Comics still has ISO 1 and 2 full scans. No, Tony. I've been reliably informed by Eric in this video that no receipts exist. So you definitely didn't show any receipts. He is so desperate for people to believe this. Yeah. The smoking link. Yeah. I can give you the link. Like, you know what? I should. Because I'm so sick of this narrative about like what I actually linked to. Because at one point it was pinned to my Twitter, right? So what the hell was it? It was ISOM 2, right?
And the Andrew won't be doing anything for this.
No, I mean, Andy Andrew, 100%.
He tried 4 times, remember?
No, he tried 3 times. But remember, they claimed that he never did it?
Yeah.
What was it, 4chan? 4chan. chain, right?
The smoking link.
Yeah. Okay. So here it is. I got it up. This is yeah, it's still up. So hold on, we'll stop sharing that. This is the tweet again, because I'm tired of this false narrative. So it says, "Oh no, someone archived the 4chan story time of Isom 2, and now everybody can judge the book for themselves." Is anywhere in there encouraging people to pirate the comic? Did I say, "Hey, oh no, everyone can now pirate the comic or download the comic, or even read it for free"? And then it has a desuarchive.org/co thread. This, right? If we go there, okay, they already got it open. This is what it is. Comics and cartoons. As you can see, it's still there. And they got pages, and they talk about the pages, right? See? Boom, boom, boom. In 2017, he fucked Eric July on the train tracks. What? This guy fucked Eric July on the train tracks?
Damn.
His ass could grip real tight, super bushy. Have you seen his shoulders? And the sphincter you could only dream of. Dario, did you write this?
Can we get this guy on a show?
That's one of Isom's superpowers. He fucking black railroad spikes to the cranium.
Yeah, so he says, man, this art is weird. Something about this is off-putting. Shit comic, honestly. The Virgin Isom, the Chad ran. He's powered by Jesus, right? That's why the cross is there. People paid money for this. Oof. Nope, the cross is there because so that you remember he's not a woke heathen. Why would a ministry make this? The word you're looking for is bland. That's a Combler mindset. See, so there's people talking and discussing, showing off art, discussing the art.
So just, what the hell is this? What the hell is this?
Look at all this discussion afterward. All this just discussion. Look at all this. Look at all this free art. Look at all the guys. Look at all the art that they're showing off. Oh my God, there's so much fucking art.
I wish
here.
people were talking this much about our, script leak. God damn.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is a discussion about the fucking comic.
Get to work, Andrew Rodriguez. You got a lot of DMCA to do. You see all that?
So, yeah. And again, it's still up there, right? It's still there. So, obviously, they didn't take issue with the actual site. They took issue with me. Eric's a power bottom? Yeah. What in the diddy ass shit is this?
Find a verified email that was his, showing my team or legal issuing a copyright strike that revealed our business address because it doesn't exist. He got that.
It doesn't exist.
That from someone else.
Unicorn footage.
He got it from someone else. So Eric is saying that everyone else got DMCA'd, but not Riley. Riley's the only one who didn't get DMCA'd, guys.
Oh wait, just for all the fellows out there, can you rewind it so we can see the beautiful blonde of the unicorn?
Business address because it does.
Woo! Look at that stock footage. Where the fuck did he get this shit from?
Exist. He got that from someone else. What happened is this: the stalker obsessed with me used others to dig up both my home address and one of our business locations.
He used others. So Dick Masterson is like, there's a Pepe Sylvia board. You got Dick Masterson, and then you got a red string that goes to Riley. Then he used others. So then Riley's got like red strings coming off of him to like Krim and like Hebitude and Antoids and probably Johnny Rocket.
This business location wasn't.
Look at it. It's the Rippaverse HQ, guys. It's just floating out there in the green sky.
That's drawn by Cliff Richards. Look at this.
It's drawn by Cliff
Why would you do this?
Oh my God, DJ, that's perfect.
You gotta save this shit. Somebody can make like South Park style animation with this. Like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Your public business address is public. Fucking idiot. Yeah.
Public. It wasn't listed anywhere, nor was it ever used as.
Oh, that's an artist representation, guys. That's not real.
That's the actual one.
What is that known?
Yeah, I couldn't tell the difference. I was like, oh my god, it's 100% Eric's business.
Or
I thought that was
return.
photo.
While it was inevitable that someone would eventually find and share that information, which is exactly why we have man security. That's
exactly why we have guys. He's so concerned.
Brandon, huh?
Yeah, that's why we have man security. Why don't you have like a fucking moat, a team of dogs, some like dragons by your building? You know,
actually happened. You can see how that kind of information could be misused to target innocent people, whether it's me or my family at home.
Why did he do that? What?
That's like a pop-up book.
This is like Home Improvement. We circle back. He just pops up like a fucking homeless person. Hey,
but why? This looks like a detractor video. This
looks like
I didn't hear the audio, right? Like if I had no audio, I just like, oh, what's this? And Eric pops up like, oh, this is definitely like a fucking detractor video.
What are you doing over there, partner?
Slides up from under the fence.
Or our employees work.
Oh my god, this is Mortal Kombat shit.
Yeah.
Who's your warehouse employee? What do you think NDA Andrew's fatality would be? Like,
Eric July Shao Kahn at the top.
who are you choosing? I'm choosing NDA Andrew. So who are you picking?
I'm picking Brandon. He gets a little his accuracy gets a minus 20%, but he has that pull up his pants.
No, you're fucked. See, I'm gonna make NDA Andrew throw this hand up like this, and Brandon's gonna look that way, and I'm gonna get him with this hand. He's never gonna see it coming. You know what I'm saying?
Is this the fucking psyop? I think so. Yeah, where's the people on the chain?
Choose your destiny.
He's sturgeon swimming in the lake. The editor is fucking with him at this point. The editor is one of our guys. He's a fucking. You're gonna find him in a bunny suit editing Eric's videos.
Working at the building. This wasn't about someone making fun of me online.
Look at sad Eric getting like again. Like if you saw this is like a thumbnail for one of my videos. Like fucking dude laughing at Eric.
This is like the Lord of the Rings things, the one that me and John Ong made. Look at that.
Yeah.
This was about someone crossing a massive line.
Oh man, did you see how tough he got? He got all up in your face.
His final form. Look at that.
Look. He's like, look at
on crossing a massive.
Boom! Oh shit, Eric, that's like a jump scare.
Before we get into the day the police were called, let's talk about just how unhinged this guy
Tony,
was.
can you imagine if Igor Chakal drew our comic? God damn. Frogman would have a different face every panel.
What an idiot putting his own house online. Yeah.
Here's what we're dealing with. He randomly started obsessing over me.
He randomly started obsessing over me. Just randomly. Yeah.
Hinged this guy was. Here's what we're dealing with. He randomly.
It's all uphill from now. See you next time.
Started obsessing over me, building his.
Ignore these super chats, you son of a bitch.
Entire online persona around me. He said he peed on my ancestors.
I am emasculating you publicly on your own home turf. But if you make Alex James publicly apologize for false flagging, I'll leave now. I mean, he's being very reasonable.
Grave, then
I pissed on the grave, but I didn't take a picture because I don't want it used against me in court. I love this picture because 100% this isn't even Riley wasn't even there.
Okay, he actually did. Then said it.
I had to crop this picture because I pissed all over the side of the grave. You can't see. How does he not realize he's being trolled? Next time I go back, it will be dedicated not to Eric July, but to these tweets about how my followers don't think it's funny.
Again, even tripled.
You are exactly what I find funny about doing this. That's why I pissed on Isonox's grave when I was there, but didn't film it. I'll always get to enjoy the feeling of doing it, and you'll have no evidence. I am going back there again in a couple of weeks.
Down on it. Then he docks my house and
this is a picture of my new best friend's house. There's no reason I'm posting this here except that I'm going to celebrate Christmas here because you skipped super chats for Eric's ego. See, that's the Shagsworth. Think about what it is that you've done, Shag's worthless. Eric's actual house.
Openly said he was planning to escalate.
And this is the one. This kind of anti-customer shit being a direct side effect side effect of Eric July's influence on the scene is exactly how you guarantee that someone like me escalates things way too far very soon.
And of course, he did that again.
And here I am at your house. This is but here's the thing. This video, isn't this the video that he showed off a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then Eric is showing this as if this happened before Riley got arrested.
Yeah.
Right? Riley took this video after he got arrested.
Yeah, he's trying to mumbo jumbo the timeline.
And when it was all said and done,
Arkansas is MAGA country at Eric D. July. Rippaverse, we will win. Riley showed off them guns. Look at them guns, baby.
I think he went on this unhinged rant.
Because I am the lore keeper. I am the canon keeper. I am the Dokuman card maker of Eric July and of his life.
He's fucking Riley's laughing. He's like barely holding it in.
Look, you can see him smile. It's barely holding it. Yeah.
Eric, why didn't you show the clip of Riley saying that he went back in time and like made your dad leave home? That would have been more on him.
Wait, but do you think Eric would have made it as big of a deal if like somebody would have moonwalked on the grave as opposed to peeing on it? Do you think he would have been okay with the moonwalking?
No, because it's his ancestors, and that's what matters. It was the disrespect.
Misfortune. I'm going to tell his story. I'm going to watch every episode of his show, comment on it, and yell at my girlfriend during. And then when my girlfriend dies or leaves me, I'm going to spend the rest of my life making a Chris Chan documentary-esque documentary on everything Eric July has ever said or done wrong.
He's laughing.
This is Sam Hyde all over again.
Every
hold on.
July has ever said or done wrong. I'm dedicating my entire existence to Eric now. Every convention that he goes to from now on will be a business expense for me. You're trying to kill me! And now I'm going to earn that death, Eric! I'm going to earn your murder. I'm going to show up in Denver Comic Fan Expo, and I'm going to come up to your table and yell, "Holy shit, help! That guy has a gun! He's trying to kill me with his gun!" I'm gonna make security check that you don't have a gun in your fucking waistline, like you threatened to have at the next Comic Con that I go to. You threatened to shoot me, then you hired armed security. We'll see, Eric. I'm gonna make you kill me, or you're a fraud.
Yeah, completely deranged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it, lad. I'm coming for you, what's up, fight? Come on, it's the same thing.
Fight, yeah. Earn it. Earn my murder. How does he not like turn it off? Take me off screen. This shouldn't even qualify as gaslighting. This is just retarded. His fans will see that and go, "Yeah, Riley's totally crazy."
Yeah, Sturgis and them, of course.
Did he not notice that he wrote "See you next time" because he didn't want to write "cunt"? Yeah, Eric, not a very bright man. That's not very bright at all.
But here's the thing:
here's the thing.
Never threatened this person. Any mention of me?
I never threatened this person. You literally said you would air him out.
For my security being armed has always been in the context of defending people and property. Shortly after this happened, I even joined a stream where I questioned whether his actions could be acted upon legally. And while
No. See, Eric, you're jumbling the timeline again. Riley made the "you got to murder me" after you went on Nick Rekieta, not before you went on Nick Rekieta.
his appearance could be considered criminal mischief, at no point did I ever say I would use arms against someone. Just
yeah, you did. You literally said you would air him out. If he showed up, you would air him out.
Your people see it differently.
Yeah.
For putting things on our windows.
Oh man, he had to put the little.
Oh wow, the horror!
Look at it. He had the editor had to make sure that you know that he put things. Well, and again, you gotta love that Eric says things instead of dollar bills, right? Like if he doesn't know what they are, like he put things on our window. Eric, he put money. He taped money to your window.
even if legally justified. That's why I said that was a non-point. What I have said consistently is that you shouldn't violate the private property rights of others.
He didn't violate your private property rights, Eric. I don't know if you know this, but there's a thing called the public way. Riley was on the public way. He's not violating your private property until you tell him he's not allowed to be on your private property. We have the expectation of privacy only extends to the inside of your house, not the outside, right? So you actually have to tell people that they can't be outside your house.
Simple as that. Now let's talk about what actually went down the day he got arrested. One of our warehouses sits deep in a private lot. The back.
Oh, one of our warehouses sits deep in a private lot. Eric, how many gates does it have, Eric? Are you going to tell me that it's got like 12 gates now?
And the sides are fenced off, but the front of the building is an actual lot. Here's how that played out. During the day, he showed up and recorded himself outside of the lot on the street. Like I've mentioned, our side of the business park has only one.
I love how he's showing the not actual location, but just some random
way in and out, unless you have gate access on the other end. So
he says our building has one way in or out unless you have gate access on the other end. Clearly, Riley doesn't have gate access, so he's going in and out the public way, Eric. You keep trying to make it sound like there's like gates everywhere. There's not.
If you drive onto our side, you have no choice but to turn around and head back the way you came. That's exactly what he did during the day. He drove past the front, turned around at one of the gates, and circled back.
This is, guys, real Rippaverse security footage.
Through the lot while filming. And this is exactly why I've said before.
You should have put some at least like yakety sax. Like right here. Like
what he did during the day. He drove past the front, turned around at one of the gates, and circled back through the lot while filming. And this is exactly why I've said before, if you end up at our business,
it would have been much better. Throw some music in there.
Fucking 3-point turn in the Prius. Beautiful.
I know, but Eric's making it sound like, oh my god, someone look at all these other cars, Eric. People come in and out. This is a public space.
While filming. This is exactly why I've said before, if you end up at our business, you either went out of your way to get there or you're completely lost. You can't.
What I say is when you go to my business, either you're there because you wanted to visit my business or you were lost. No shit, Eric, or the other businesses that are connected to the same parking lot. Did you forget to mention that point?
Can't just cut through as some shortcut. And even if you were heading to one.
Even if you were, right? I love that. You can't just do that. But even if you were.
One of our neighboring businesses, there's no reason to be directly in front of our warehouse suites. You can't really get there by accident. But our security team noticed this and called the police. But
no, actually, the security team did not call the police, Eric. Because if the security team called the police, how was Riley able to come back at night? You would think that the police would have came, filed a report, had him trespassed, and then the whole situation wouldn't have escalated the way it did. Right? He done pole vaulted the gate. Yeah, don't laugh. Those hybrids are nice. Benny Hill music would have been perfect for the video. See, I'm right on point. I know exactly what this needs.
It left before they arrived, but it didn't end there. That night he came back. He stuck things on our windows.
Again, he says things. Eric, just say money. He put money on our windows. Jesus Christ.
Talked to his camera and then said he'd keep doing this. Because of the time, I had to go to the warehouse myself.
All right, so here's a lie. So this right here, where he says he's going to keep doing this, right? That was, again, not played. It didn't air until recently. Eric didn't know about this. This video of, hey, I'm outside and I'm going to keep doing this every year. Riley filmed it, and then he aired it a year later, pretending like he went back to the warehouse. Okay, I'm going to have to spoil it for everybody, right? Riley planned that bit way in advance. And now Eric is acting like if all that stuff had came out prior to him calling the police, right? When it didn't.
Said he'd keep doing this. Because of the time, I had to go to the warehouse myself and deal with the police directly. Now,
Hey,
after
pause
all,
it, pause it
Oh,
right
wait.
there. Didn't he also get like he makes it seem like he met with the cops at the gas station for one?
No,
and
he
then
didn't say that. No. See, that's you're missing it. He said
Didn't
I
he
had
get
to go to the
escorted?
warehouse.
Yeah.
No,
he got
he said I had to
escorted
go to the warehouse.
warehouse.
Yeah, he goes, I had to go to the warehouse to meet the cops. He's skipping the whole I met the cops at the fucking gas station. He's trying to pretend like that didn't happen, Dario. He's trying to say that no, the cops called him and he had to show up at the warehouse.
No, he got escorted to the warehouse by the cops. That's how scared of Riley he was.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he skipped all that to pretend like that didn't happen. That part of the chain of events. If you end up at a place, you either meant to get there or you're lost. No shit, Sherlock. In real life super chats. Yeah, exactly. It's not illegal for Riley to intentionally go to your public business. Exactly.
all that, some people still say Eric called the cops because someone made fun of him on the internet. Well,
yeah, you did. If Riley never posted that video on the internet, you would never have called the cops. He disrespected you, so you thought you'd put him in jail.
oh, they're liars. The police.
They're liars. They're liars, guys.
David is clear. It states a fine was assigned investigative responsibility of a stalking offense.
Yes, because you called the cops and told him that Riley was stalking you. That's why. Does Eric not know how fucking police reports work? Hey, someone's stalking me. We don't believe you. We're going to put down it's a cyberbullying. No, they're going to put down whatever you say. If I say, hey, some guy came and raped me, they're going to go, oh, we're investigating a rape, right? And then when they find out that I didn't get raped, they're like, oh, this is a false police report. That's how it works, Eric. You told him Riley was stalking you, so they put it down as a stalking. When they realized you were full of shit, they put it down as electronic, online, repeated harassment. Okay? Is that a Riley blow?
David even notes that I had been disregarding the Twitter video.
I swear.
A stalking offense. The affidavit even notes that I had been disregarding the Twitter videos, but grew concerned when it crossed into real life.
Affian spoke to July, and he informed Affian that Riley initially posted a video of himself on Twitter stating he was going to come to Texas to hold July down while he shaved him, which July disregarded, especially since he claimed Riley's Twitter account got temporarily suspended after what? After what happened? After July reported him to the platform. I wonder how Riley might have gotten your information, Eric. However, once Riley actually showed up to July's place of employment with large novelty scissors, which never happened, and later placed the provocative, defaced dollar bills on his window, July felt physically threatened and feared for the safety of his employees.
Life. Sure, there may be some minor inaccuracies, or rather,
sure, there might be some minor inaccuracies, guys.
Sure, you know.
I might have took a little liberties telling the story, but it's mostly true.
just worded weird. For example, we discussed the novelty scissors he carried, but I never said that he brought them directly to our.
I never said that. It just says in the thing that I said that, but I never actually said that.
Building, or at least our front of the warehouse. But the key facts are solid. The affidavit mentions the doxing, his plans to escalate, and the stalking behavior that crossed the line from online.
And you know what's funny is you say that, Eric, but Riley didn't get charged with stalking, right? Isn't that funny?
Nonsense to this real world thing, specifically bringing it to inappropriate places. It can't be made
to inappropriate places. You should just show the footage. Again, Eric, how is this so fucking hard? You have footage of Riley in your parking lot taking multiple takes in order to film his video. Just play that. I would have been like, hey, we didn't want to release this before because I didn't want to embarrass the fat man, but fuck it. Here it is. And then just show the video. Literally, that's it. You could have just showed the 10, 15 minutes of Riley like screwing up, yelling at Mint, trying to get the shot right, trying to get like, the fucking footage all filmed. And be like, there you go. Look how stupid he is. That would have been it. And Riley would have been, we would all laughed at Riley and said, Riley, you big goof.
Made any more clear than this, as it reads after I saw the surveillance footage. Quote, he now took the threats seriously and realized that he should have contacted authorities sooner. July stated he's gone too far with this. July stated He is not worried for his safety, but more for the safety of his employees.
Okay, so, but more for the safety, that implies there is some concern for your own safety, right? Again, this is the hibbity-jibbity. I'm not concerned about my own safety, but more for the safety of them.
And when it comes to this stalking bit, if you want...
And again, why would you be concerned for the safety of your employees when Riley's threatening you, right? If Riley goes, I'm going to shave all your employees or anyone who's at the warehouse, or I'm going to shave anyone at the business when I get there, then you might have an argument. But he specifically is saying, I'm going to shave Eric July. And you said he's stalking you, specifically stalking you. So that means your employees are scot-free, right? They got nothing to do with this. To be honest, Riley does make it easy to make him look insane. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what he does, though. That's his
That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Sam Hyde, again.
Want to pull that whole card of, well, they're not actually stalking. It's odd because this person explicitly states.
Yeah, it's not stalking because, I don't know, the police said it's not stalking, Eric. I said it's stalking. Now, the police might tell you it's not stalking, and the warrant might say it's not stalking, and everyone else who looks at it might tell you it's not stalking, but trust me, it's stalking.
Stated that was what they're doing. Literally.
I'm literally stalking. He said it, guys. He said it. He said I'm literally stalking.
Oh, God, this is Slash JT all over again.
Yeah, the internet doesn't exist. But if Eric D. July really wants to be the victimized, terrified celebrity I'm literally stalking, Eric, are you fucking retarded? He says the internet doesn't exist. If Eric wants to be the victimized, terrified celebrity I'm literally stalking, he can wear those heels any day of the week. He's saying that he's not stalking you.
Yeah,
but he's basically saying, I'm not stalking you. But if you want to pretend like I am, go ahead. That's what he said. Eric doesn't understand. He's autistic, 100%.
And illiterate.
Well, no, because this is autism. It's not illiteracy because he can read this. He understands what those words mean, right? But he doesn't understand the nuance and he doesn't understand the sarcasm, right? A lot of our autistic people, and I have trouble sometimes differentiating between sarcasm and taking something literal, right? When you're autistic, you have a tendency to take the words as written, right? So Eric saw I'm literally stalking, and he's like, no, he said I'm literally stalking. That means he's literally stalking me, right? 100% autism. Businessman comics. So this Beyond the Narrative video exists just to create narratives. Yeah. That's why he's taking the narrative beyond. That's what he meant. Literally.
It says, I'm literally stalking. So yes, upon the...
See? He's literally
autistic.
I'm telling you.
The advice of our security.
He's fucking Black Maddox. This is Bladdix.
And legal team, I made the decision to call the police. I run a multi-million-dollar...
I made the decision to what, Eric? Would you hold on?
It's of our security and legal team. I made the decision to call the police.
Eric July just admitted to calling the police, guys.
Well, do you look at that?
We're done here. Case dismissed. Your Honor, I rest my case. The two Utes, free him.
I run a multi-million-dollar business. I'm not some drama-hungry YouTuber chasing content. I'm also in my 30s, and I don't care about looking tough.
I'm also in my 30s. I don't care about looking tough, but here's a bunch of drawings of me looking tough standing next to Public Enemy. Okay, Eric.
Not some thug like I trended towards when I was younger. Those days are long gone. I couldn't care less about how machismo it looks for a business owner.
You don't care about machismo.
Take precautions, especially when safety is on the line. The police report even outlines that if this were Joe Blow's corporate company, nobody will blink an eye. No one will make a video or tweet.
If it was Joe Blow's corporate Big Cheese HQ, if it was Big Cheese HQ, Eric, no one would say anything because Big Cheese HQ doesn't have a guy going, pull up. Hey, if you got a problem with Big Cheese, come pull up. Yeah.
Again, Big Cheese isn't airing anybody out.
Yeah, when did Bob Iger said, hey, you got a problem with Miss Marvel? Why don't you come pull up to Disney HQ and let's hash it out? I'm gonna be at D23 this year. Why don't you come bring that same energy that you got on Live Nerdrotic? He doesn't say that shit. They're called professionals. They ignore it. You didn't.
You gotta read between the lines. What he's saying is, I'm the biggest rat, and so I'm gonna name this shit Big Cheese HQ, because only rats want the biggest piece of cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
We
Sturgis.
threads.
Snitch, snitch,
Any other
hooray!
business owner took the same steps, but because it's me, suddenly it's a scandal. And that brings me to another ridiculous narrative. Eric was exposed as a fake libertarian because he called the cops, they say.
Yes.
Yes. You tried to, no, it wasn't because he called the cops. See, again, this is hibbity jibbity. You calling the cops, if someone rapes you, even if you're a libertarian, you should call the cops, right? You're a fake libertarian because you tried to weaponize the state over jokes.
That's what
you knew Riley wasn't serious. You know Riley's not a threat. You know Riley's not going to fucking hold you down and shave your shoulders. You know he's not going to harm any of your employees. You 100% know he's a ridiculous internet fucking troll that is trying to get you mad. And you still said, hey, I'm going to use the state to get him locked up. That's why you're a fake libertarian. Because you're literally trying to weaponize the government against Riley.
And the fake gangster.
Yeah, and he's still
and then the Texas libertarians helped him out. Helped Riley out, I mean.
Yeah, and he still won't take accountability that it's that he was actually triggered, that he responded like a jackass locale. He still hides behind all these shields, like that he had to do it to cover his ass for his business. It's Texas law and all this shit. It's all bullshit just to hide behind the fact that he was scared. He was shook.
Big shook by fucking Riley of all people.
Well, we've seen what happened to Vito. I mean, that's right.
No, you didn't see what happened to Vito. I saw what happened to Vito. Oh my God, that fight!
At least Vito fought him. Yeah, at least
you guys.
No, but I'm saying how Vito was flipping out about the hats over the fence and peeing on his lawn. Like, we've seen what Clipper can do. He's an evil genius.
All I'm saying is the fight. I saw the fight.
Such a tease, man. Such a tease.
I got to. I haven't been authorized. I have not been authorized. But man, that fight.
I'm not some lowbird idealist.
I'm not some lowbird, a derogatory word for self-proclaimed libertarian who embraces the idea of internationalism and leftism. I'm not some lowbird.
Floating around in theory land. I'm fully aware that we don't live in a libertarian social order. We live under a system where the law doesn't care about my personal principles. Let me break that down. The state doesn't care how libertarian I am. It doesn't care that I believe in minimal government interference. What it does care about is whether I follow the rules it set. And if I don't, it has the power to crush me and my business. Much like I'm legally required to pay taxes, get permits, and file copyrights, I also have legal obligations when it comes to running a business, especially one with employees. And if I decide to ignore those obligations because of my personal beliefs, the government won't give me a gold star for sticking with my principles.
I don't know.
It'll hit
does
me.
it seem like he hates Trump? Like, is that what it is? Like, he keeps putting him there, like as if it's Trump's fault.
No, he's trying to say that, like, even though I'm not that and Trump is the government, but don't be mad at me. Be mad at yourselves because you're the ones who made me do the things that I had to do.
With lawsuits, fines, and open the door to criminal or civil liability. That's the reality. And ignoring it doesn't make
a harsh reality.
Uh-oh, Riley, look at that. He's outside the window. He's literally outside the window.
Me principle, it makes me negligent. In Texas, there are clear laws that dictate what I, as an employer, am required to do to ensure a safe work environment.
Again, you called the fucking cops and had Riley arrested for online repeated communications. That has nothing to do with your employees. You didn't have Riley trespassed. You didn't say, hey, if he comes back to this, we'll have him arrested. He comes back to my house. Even your house doesn't matter to your employees, right? It's just your business. You literally did nothing to prevent Riley from coming back to your business. Right now, Riley could go to your fucking business right now. Literally, you've not even trespassed him, right?
Texas Labor Code, Section 411103, employers must, number one, provide and maintain a reasonably safe and healthful workplace Number 2, implement safeguards and processes necessary to protect employees. Number 3, take all reasonable actions to prevent foreseeable harm.
You think Riley is a foreseeable harm? I love how he's put this like window twice with Riley outside with a gun.
Negligence in legal terms happens when someone fails to take reasonable precautions leading to harm. And as a business owner, I have a duty to care to my employees. If I know about a potential threat, especially one that escalated to stalking, doxing, and such,
guys, that's a crime. You know, there's stalking. What are you in for? Stalking. What are you in for? Doxing. What are you in for? And such. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, 5 extra years for that and such.
Grind Merchant's a new member. Thank you.
Hop onto the lily pad.
This shit is making me think like even deeper that like the whole rumor that that he could possibly be a Russian asset. That's how he got a startup capital. Like you see what he's doing with what you guys just talked about, and when he keeps doing the window thing with Klippa with the gun, that is like straight up Russian propaganda tactics, like 101.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Hamilton Berger says number 4 of Texas Labor Code. F them hoe ass roads. That's right, man.
Fuck them hoe ass roads, man.
This guy.
I don't act, I open myself up to massive liability. And this isn't just theory. It's backed by real cases. Consider the tragic incident at Legacy Good Samaritan Hospital.
Oh my God, Eric July Riley to a fucking mass shooter. Consider what happened at this mass shooting event
in Portland, Oregon. In 2023, a security guard was fatally shot while protecting a maternity ward. The assailant had exhibited threatening behavior prior.
You guys keep acting like this. Someone's going to get killed around here. Riley didn't say that.
To the incident, and staff had reported these concerns. However, the hospital's inadequate response led to a $35 million lawsuit alleging negligence for failing to address.
Okay, but Eric, this is so fucking retarded. Eric is saying that their inadequacies led to this lawsuit. 100%. You're fucking retarded, Eric. Literally, no matter what the hospital did, right? No matter what, this security guard got shot, okay? 100%, he would always have filed a fucking lawsuit. You could have had iron fucking bars. You could have had fucking drones, fucking dogs running around. Fucking the guy could have been in a full flak jacket, fucking SWAT gear. If he got shot, 100% he was going to sue the hospital, right? That's what people do. Yeah, he's making it sound like the lawsuit only happened because they were actually negligent and not for the fact that people sue when bad shit happens to them, right? The guy got shot at work. Of course he was going to fucking sue you for an exorbitant amount of money.
That's the credible threats. This case highlights the dire consequences of not taking proactive measures when faced with potential dangers. When our legal
when faced with potential dangers. What was that? When was that shooting?
No, but Brandon can one punch man him, remember?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out if the lawsuit was dismissed. It was the family of the security guard who was shot and killed at the hospital sued the facility for $35 million, accusing it of negligence and failing to respond to dangers. Yeah, but did they succeed?
Yeah.
Again, that's a fucking tragedy, right? But at no point, no matter what the hospital did, if the guy came and shot somebody, of course they were going to sue, right? Like, just to think that in America that someone's not going to sue over something is ridiculous.
I mean, even if they did like have more than one security guard, like a bunch, somebody would have still got shot unless they'd like set up metal detectors or something.
No, even that, if something happened, no matter what, if there was an incident, and if the assailant found a way around the metal detectors, he had a wooden gun, or he came in with a fucking wooden stake like he was a fucking vampire hunter. No matter what, if something had happened,
printed guns.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, as long as something happened, they were going to sue, right? Even in situations when it's 100%, I sued. Okay, look, I got injured at work. It was 100% my fault, and I still fucking sued my employer. Okay, because that's what you fucking do, right?
There's a reason why they put the
that's the Chicago way.
The warning, right?
No,
when it comes to McDonald's.
I got hurt at work before, and I worked through that shit. But like another guy.
Oh, that's because you're fucking high and you don't want to get drug tested, Dario. There's a difference between us.
We're allowed this. No, in New York, weed is recreational.
But, right, but you're still not allowed to be high at work.
Hell yeah, it is.
Well, it's always going to be in your system, so drug tests don't fucking matter.
Fuck
no.
Around and find out.
No, in New York, all weed is taken off of job drug tests. Since it's recreational, they can't test for it anymore. It's done. But a guy got my same injury, and he fucking went out and he was granted $72,000, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I should have fucking went out. But I don't want to risk it because, like, the
Riley was Eric's October 7th. Yeah, Glacier was 420. 420 predicament. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He knew he was out there nick-ricating it up. He's like, shit, I can't sue. They're gonna drop me.
Man, just imagine how big of a crazy party it'd be to have Rackets there, Dick and Vito, the Ralph Mail, Milo, the Kino Casino boys.
No, now you want to fight? We were okay until he's kind of adding the Kino Casino. Yeah.
Everybody
and Vito will be throwing everybody out.
Everybody there.
Everybody be kung fu fight.
I don't think any of those people do drugs.
Snowing. It's fucking snowing.
Off, Ralph just got out of rehab. He's not doing any drugs. I've never seen Dick and Vito do any drugs. Okay, Nicky Rackets is clean, so ain't no one there doing any drugs. Dario, maybe like 2 years ago, you might have had a point. Right now, they're a bunch of old men. They ain't doing nothing.
And that's why I started my statement with imagine. You missed that part.
No, you just said imagine if they were all together. You didn't say imagine if they all still drugs.
No, I said imagine a party where all of them were together.
Right, I am imagining the party where they're all just sitting around bored because they don't do drugs anymore.
Well, you're a party pooper. That's what we call you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I said they don't do drugs anymore. I didn't say anything about me.
They're the party poopers.
Yeah, they're the party. They're the wet blankets now. Bunch of old men.
The security teams advised me to call the police. It wasn't because I was scared of some internet troll. It was.
I wasn't scared.
He keeps adding trolls.
Look. My security team told me to call the police. Eric, why didn't your security team call the police? See, this makes no fucking sense, right? Riley shows up. The security team clearly sees him. They don't think he's any sort of threat because they didn't call the police, right? Did you fire your security team, Eric? Because again, Eric, what Eric is doing is he's retroactively changing the narrative, right? You didn't think, no one thought anything about Riley driving through your parking lot because he wasn't a threat. That's why the security team never called the police. It wasn't until Riley came back, they found the money stuck. Apparently the security team didn't even go outside to confront Riley. They waited till he left. Your pussy ass security team waited till Riley left and then went, hey, he stuck some stuff on the windows. We should call Eric. Right? Again, they still didn't call the cops. You had to call the cops. They met you at a fucking gas station, drove you back to the fucking warehouse. Right? And again, how do I know that you called the cops while you were at the gas station or in that area? Because if you were at home, they would have went to your house. But they didn't go to your house. And if you were at the warehouse, they would have went directly to the warehouse. You called them, so they had to go meet you where you were at to take your statement. Then they went to the place of the scene of the crime, right? And then they had to go investigate that.
Because if anything happened and I hadn't reported the credible threats, I would have been liable. If I didn't.
And again, why didn't your fucking security team call? They didn't. You know why? Again, because you were not calling because of your employees. You were calling because of yourself. You were calling because you felt that Riley was coming to shave your fucking shoulders. You literally told the fucking police Riley threatened to shave your fucking shoulders. They had to write that down on a police report. Eric July, my security team also told me to pee my pants. I didn't want to pee my pants. I was very against it, but they told me to. That was the best way to keep Riley away. So I went ahead and pissed myself.
Not fooling a libertarian by bringing up them bitch ass roads.
What are you doing, Eric? Retconning. I thought retconning went against the Rippaverse ethics. What are you doing?
No, retconning is okay. Didn't you see where they reversed
rewriting
that one character? The character
rewriting
was
history.
Old black man. Yeah.
I'd ignore the stalking, doxing, and threats, and something happened.
Stalking, doxing, and threats. Man, this is a fucking Maddox video all over again. There's some guys on the internet.
To one of my employees or to me, I would be sued for
get squashed.
What fuck's up with his head?
You get a head wound.
It's a vampire.
Got the fucking flat top. He definitely got a
Negligence.
head wound, you know what I'm saying?
You'd be sued for negligence.
I could be held personally responsible for not taking proper precautions, and my business could be held civilly or even criminally liable. Calling the cops was a proactive step, not because I needed help dealing with someone making fun of me online, but
really, because again, Riley was not arrested for trespassing. He was not arrested for vandalism. He was not arrested for breaking and entering, or even stalking. Eric, Riley got a warrant put out on him for repeated online communications. You keep trying to spin this narrative. Yes, all this other stuff happened, except for none of that mattered to anybody. The police didn't care. The fucking Texas courts didn't care. They're like, yeah, that sucks, Eric. They made fun of you.
because I had to ensure that in the event anything escalated, I had done everything legally required to protect my business and my people. That's the key here. The law.
He had to do everything except for testify in court, right?
Doesn't care about whether I'm a libertarian or not. It cares if I took the proper precautions. The internet and its politically posturing libertarians couldn't do a thing to help me if something actually happened. Being libertarian doesn't mean being naive.
Actually, the libertarians could have helped you, Eric. They could have represented you the way they represented Riley.
That's right.
It's about advocating for a change while understanding that within the system we're stuck in, you need to be smart and protect yourself or risk losing everything. Now, here's the part where some folks start really shifting the goalpost.
Uh-oh, here's the part where I start shifting the yeah, but he said some folks. What he really meant was me. Here's where I start shifting the goalpost.
He was just joking. It was never going to go that far, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good job. You figured it out, Eric. You literally figured out Riley's whole shtick. I'm glad.
Hey, will you
until it does?
Yeah,
will you rewind
it wasn't.
I want to rewind a little bit. I want to hear his voice change when he says he was just joking. Like, you see how much of a dickhead this fucking dickhead is?
Now, here's the part where some folks start really shifting the goalpost. He was just joking. It was never going to go that far. Right.
That's where Sturgis got the weird voice. God damn.
Gonna go.
Well, it's all coming together.
I don't want to fuck him up when he makes that voice. It works.
Until it does.
Until it does. You scared to have your shoulders shaved, Eric? That's what he's threatening you with.
Here's the thing. I'm not a mind reader. I don't have the luxury of peeking inside someone's head to see if they're
analysis, not really joking. Oh man,
actually joking, or if they're taking time bomb, especially.
He's a ticking time. He got fucking
kaboom! More propaganda.
Jihad.
Terrorist.
Kaboom!
Yeah, Riley's
It's like Syrian Russian propaganda tactics right here in front of our faces.
When the person in question is already acting unhinged, stalking, doxing, making threats.
Stalking, doxing, making threats. Stalking, doxing, making threats. Come on, my man Martian, you got to take this video and do what you did to Maddox's fucking video.
Matt Barr, why are you fighting on the internet?
It's a hypnosis video.
Doxing, stalking, doxing.
And crossing boundaries that any normal person wouldn't. There's also this key bit that a lot of people fail to mention. When folks would go out of their way to try to cover for him and give him an out, he'd go out of his way.
I never claimed that I am joking. Oh my God, he actually said he wasn't joking, guys. That clearly that means
Split me at him.
I'm telling you, this is autism, 100%.
To say
you mean
that
in the
he
ring?
never
No,
claimed.
in real life.
Yeah. Hassan Piker, I'm going to kill you. No. I'm really going to do it. Oh, clearly. He may not be telepathic, but Eric does seem to be telepathetic. Ooh.
See, I like that, but I also go for more of the Brian Pillman approach with my kayfabe. You know what I'm saying?
For someone worried about all this shit, Rippa loves being a massive asshole to everyone. He does. Chelovic Rippa using the good old Soviet tactics. Yeah.
Wait, Tony, you know who Brian Pillman is, right? And what he's famous for? Like, what
Yeah, the
promo?
loose cannon.
Yeah.
I respect you, Booker man.
What he did with Steve Austin and the pistola. Yes, yeah, buddy.
I can't wait for part 2 where Eric has a reverse chronological graph of Riley's sales, of Rippaverse sales going up. No, he's gonna have all the tweets of Riley mentioning him in the same graph, like Maddox, in the same format. Because Riley stopped mentioning him because his Twitter got banned, so he has to go reverse order.
And that he was joking. It's right here again.
It's right here. Did you see, guys? It's right here.
Oh wow, the Joker! Look at this.
Oh wow.
He said he wasn't joking. He made a tweet. Riley literally said, "Look,
Riley is our reflect, guys."
If he pulls up the tweet of Riley saying that this is an actionable threat, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit, guys. The level of fucking this is again autism. I know that word gets thrown around a lot, right? But I think 100% like this isn't like a joke. I'm not Eric. I'm not joking. I think you're autistic. You need to go get tested, buddy.
Yeah.
Go fucking to the doctor. Say, I think I got autism, doc. Can you test me? Have the guy test you, and your world will open up. You'll realize. You'll start to see things. You go, wait a minute. Perhaps me is the problem, and not everyone else. Perhaps it was me the whole time.
Again, it's only a joke until it's not. That's the game people love to play. They'll intimidate and toe the line, and when
they'll intimidate. You're being intimidated by Riley now.
Then someone finally takes it seriously, they fall back on, whoa, I was just kidding. But when you're responsible for a business with employees who depend on you, you don't get to roll the dice on whether or not
you do get to roll the dice. Literally you can
roll the dice.
Someone's serious. And it's not just about me. I told the officer straight up, yeah, I'm less worried about myself. I can handle my.
I'm less worried. That still means you're somewhat worried. Less is a qualifier. That means you are worried, but to a lesser degree than you're worried about the other thing, right?
But I'm not arrogant or dumb enough to think that means I, or more importantly, my employees are invulnerable. I don't need to be scared of you to recognize that you might do something stupid. We've got female employees who shouldn't have.
We got female. Now he's hiding behind the skirts of his female employees. See what it is.
Shield.
We got females that work here, and they didn't want to deal with Riley because they know he does pornography because I've shown everybody Riley's pornography.
Have to show up to work and wonder if some smelly, crazed dude is lurking around trying to intimidate people for content.
Yeah, he's lurking.
And he smells.
I'm pretty sure.
So stupid.
Pretty sure Riley could sue you for that.
Defamation.
Their safety.
Also, he left the picture of Andrew is still got his head smashed in. They didn't. You couldn't afford the fucking insurance, huh, Eric? After that rock hit him, that's it. No, we always lose TJ. He'll be back. Them broads need protecting. He's doing the JD Vance act. Glenn Beck's employees. The smelly dude lurking. They're worried about this is Rippa. Damn.
He's got a security cam for every employee.
If he had security cams, that many, we wouldn't have the situation we have.
Isn't a joke. Their peace of mind isn't a joke. Credible threats don't come with disclaimers. They don't say, hey, just so you know, I'm about to cross the line. You only realize it.
Yes, they do. That's what a threat is. A credible threat is literally saying, I'm going to cross the line. Does he not understand the difference between threats and actions? Actions don't come with disclaimers, but a threat does, because a threat is literally a disclaimer. I am going to shoot you is a threat. Shooting you is an action. I can shoot you without letting you know that I'm going to shoot you, right? And that would be a surprise. But if I tell you I'm going to shoot you, then shoot you, clearly there was some notification beforehand, right?
When it's too
Maybe
late.
just
so I
before.
took it serious.
Yeah, well, it's still, I mean, you know, the time frame, you could argue whether or not it was enough notification, but it was there.
It was there.
And I'll do it again if it means protecting my people and my business.
I'm gonna do it again. I have you arrested again. Look at how mean that looks. That's a mean Ripper.
Business. Because here's the truth. If something happened and I brushed it off as just a joke, the same people calling me a fake libertarian would be the first ones screaming about how I failed to protect my employee.
No, we wouldn't. We'd all be like, Riley, what the fuck? We thought you were joking. We didn't realize you were actually crazy. I'd be like, oh shit, I'm sorry, Eric. If Riley like went there and like beat up one of your employees, I'd be like, fuck, we put his ass in jail. I didn't know.
I can't believe I got a Big Mac with that crazy man.
Yeah, literally. TJ, do you agree or disagree with that? I know you just came back.
With what?
That Eric said that if something actually happened, that we would be laughing at him and saying that Eric failed to protect his employees. I said if Riley actually did something and harmed one of his employees, I would be like, fuck you, Riley. Why would you do that? I thought you were only joking.
Yeah. We'd walk away from
confirmation. Riley is white 100% if he did that shit. Now, don't threaten us, Tony. I'm not threatening you. Just saying. It's premeditated. Yeah. Remember, Eric was unable to tell any credible threat that Riley made when he was with the police. That's true.
Here's a controversial thing. Like, we've lost a lot of supposed allies because they were acting up, right? Like, we got rid of them because they were doing some heinous shit online, right? I'm just saying. We don't play team sports here.
Not at all. Not at all. All right.
So lose with those clowns, but I always choose the side that keeps my people safe. What's most important to understand here is that this isn't just hypothetical. He specifically named one of my employees. If I'm not mistaken, that's exactly what got his first Twitter account banned.
If I'm not mistaken, Eric, you literally had his Twitter account banned. You're acting like you have no idea. I don't know what it was. I think it was maybe because he named one of my employees.
Making a video calling out one of my employees by name and threatening him. And again, being clear, this isn't just online antics. He's shown up at both my house and my business. But
he's a fifth-dimensional imp. Look at that.
Yeah.
Popping up from everywhere.
Just pops in.
The latter, that has to be taken seriously, especially in Texas. You've already.
Why especially in Texas? In Texas is not any difference. Like, this got to be taken seriously, but especially in Texas. No, Eric. Everywhere would be serious.
Already crossed the line, and we don't have to wait for you to do it again before we take further precautions and treat this like the credible threat that it is. So let's move forward in the timeline, because another fake narrative floating around out there is that I called the cops on him at that Dallas meetup. Never happened. It would
never happened. You did, Eric. You called the cops on him. When people say, again, this is Eric not understanding colloquial speech, right?
Right.
No one is saying you literally picked up the phone and said, cops, Riley's outside. What you did was you went, hey, owner, that guy outside is my stalker. You need to call the police on him for me. That's what happened, Eric.
Wouldn't even be funny if it wasn't so stupid. Here's the thing. The guy was recording himself the entire time he was at the meetup. Meanwhile, I never left the merch table. I was posted up, taking pictures, signing books, doing my thing, never moved. At what time would I have had to call the cops? But here's where it gets really wild. This dude had a warrant out for his arrest.
This dude had a warrant out for his arrest. But why aren't you going to tell us what the warrant's for, Eric, and who put it on him? and how that the owner of the bar knew that he had a warrant.
Hey, can you rewind it back to all the crowd shots? I think I just saw something. Oh, you can't.
What did you see?
Eric's got like Hoover gang members around him. I don't know if that's his like entourage. Yes, he does. I saw the colors. He's got black guys with orange bandanas right next to him. Keep going back.
Cops, but here's where it gets really wild. This dude had a warrant out for his pictures, signing books,
Keep going back. That's when all the crowd shots first started.
The guy was recording himself the entire time he was at the meetup. Meanwhile,
there's no one with orange band. What the hell? Are you high?
Left the merch table. I was posted up, taking pictures, signing books, doing my thing, never moved. At what time would I have had to call the cops? But here's where it gets really wild. This dude.
See, there wasn't a single person with an orange bandana.
No. You know what's going on? I'm doing that thing that you told me not to, the spoiling. I think it comes later on in the video because I was going to talk about it when it came up.
He had a warrant out for his arrest and still decided that it was a smart idea to.
Now, again, Riley didn't know he had a warrant because Texas doesn't have to inform you that they have a warrant. So Riley didn't know. You didn't tell anyone that he had a warrant because you didn't want to look like the pussy bitch that you were, right? But go on, Eric, keep lying.
To show up to the meeting, acting weird, and try to
acting weird. He's holding your comics. Yeah, that would be weird. Actually holding your comics.
Make a scene.
You guys all Iceland fans. Brandon, you want an Iceland? What's your favorite part of Iceland?
Oh, Brandon. There it is. That's when Brandon goes and tells them to call the police.
It's bouncing me, chat.
Yeah,
in this public parking lot.
Now, if you didn't know that warrant existed, that's.
Hold on.
In this public parking lot.
Now, if he didn't know that warrant existed, that's not my problem. That's a quick.
If he didn't know that warrant existed, that's not my. You literally said that he went there knowing that he had a warrant, and then you clarified, well, if he didn't know it, it's not my. Is he like listening to me and responding to what I'm saying?
And you're the reason for the warrant, you dumb fuck, you hairy bastard. God damn.
He really imagined somebody talking back to him in the same video, right?
Yeah, somehow this dude had a warrant. This is again, he said it and he goes, I know what they're gonna say. Them haters are gonna say he didn't know. Well, even if he didn't know, this is why it's okay still.
Quick note, I don't have the power to issue warrants.
Eric can't issue, guys. I didn't realize that Eric can't issue warrants. But what you can do is call the police on him, have them issue a warrant on him. Eric, are you fucking retarded?
Man, I don't know if I'm buying all this though. That Eric cannot issue warrants because, like, we seen that cancer patient, the young black guy. He just became a Secret Service agent. So I think anything's possible. I think Eric could possibly issue warrants.
Not how this works. We reported, and from there, it was up to the county to decide how they wanted to handle it. Whether they
well, I mean, if you report to the police lies and they go, okay, we'll put a warrant on him for you because you're scared.
Chose to just document the information or actively pursue charges required no further action from us beyond the initial report. And to be clear, this wasn't a case of us pressing charges. That's not how these things go. Once law enforcement has the information, it's completely out of our hands. The county decides whether or not to move forward. A lot of people seem to think that we somehow orchestrated his arrest, but that's...
You did. You literally said, hey, I'm going to be at this event. Please show up.
Oh, it's coming up right here. You're going to see the orange.
All right, calm down.
Not how the legal system works. Now, going back to the Dallas meetup, which happened after all of the initial stuff, this is the truth. It wasn't me who called the cops. It was the venue. He was bugging people, making folks uncomfortable, apparently, and generally being a weirdo.
Apparently. So when Brandon went outside, that had nothing to do with you, huh, Eric?
The venue staff did what any professional venue would do. They called the police to handle it. Of course, the cops are going to run names, and when they...
No, actually, no, Eric. Literally, we have the fucking security cam. Literally, on the security footage, the guy in the blue says that guy has a warrant on him. That's why they ran it. They were just going to write his name down, trespass him, and then send him on his way. Because that's what you do in that kind of situation. Because literally there was no threats of violence. There was no reason to run his name.
found out that he had a warrant, they handled it. Simple as that. And if you don't believe me, here's the body cam footage that makes it crystal clear.
So pretty much what'll happen is we'll tell them they come to trespass. If they come back to or your property again, they will be arrested.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are super uncomfortable. These guys out here.
Okay, I just need your permission. If you're the owner, you're allowed to do that. So, all right, let's get that done right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cops even
Oh, why didn't you play the rest of the footage, Eric, where the guy literally says he has a warrant out on him?
said themselves they were called because he was causing problems, not because I sicked them on him. There's also that police report that states what happened. It literally says the owner reported 2 people they wanted criminally trespassed at the location for videotaping.
Huh?
Look at Vicky's head over there.
Yeah.
Customers and refusing to leave the business. So yeah, you're screaming at people while you record them, also being a creeper and recording from outside the window, even credit card transactions.
Even credit card transactions. Guys, I hate to break this narrative, right? I hate to be the narrative breaker, Tony, breaker of narratives. But you're allowed to legally record anything that's happening out in public. If Dario goes outside his house, hell, if Dario goes in, he's inside his house,
inside
at his front window. If Dario's at his front window, and he pulls out his credit card, right, and he's waving his credit card around, I'm allowed to from the sidewalk record Dario's credit card.
Dario's credit card.
Are you okay there, Dario? Or are you just repeating what I'm saying? It took Maddox about 8 years to release his Detractor documentary. If nothing else, Eric is prolific. Yeah. Who Riley Cash App? That demon. Yeah, see, Grind Merchant gets it. The owner reported after Rippa and people told him to. Yeah. Busted. Got him.
Of course, they wanted you out.
What a fucking boring loser. Woo! If you hit me, that would be bad for me.
You're actually showing this part. If you hit me, that would be bad.
I can't believe it.
She has some friends here she wants to talk to. She's messaging them, giving them some candy.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother you.
You just have to stand off the sidewalk.
Well,
he hired those 2 in the blazer.
Okay. Hi, chat. Brandon's trying to bounce me. He already threatened to beat me up in front of the guy running the door for offering to give out their comic books. After this, whenever I do leave, I'm going right to the warehouse, chat. I can't wait to go.
You're going right to the warehouse.
To the warehouse after this. Whew. Eric is in there hiding somewhere, chat, terrified of the fat kid in the cape. There he is. There's Eric. Look at him.
Where's he?
Put the phone into the window, asshole. Because Eric has to pretend that he doesn't know we're here and has to not look over here. If he looks over just once, we win for all of time. We hit a sore spot. They're trying really hard.
There's a guy with an orange bandana. Oh,
bang, bang, boogie. No, there's multiple of them, but I'm saying that's probably his security that he's always talking about.
No, that's not his security. Dario, we're not going to do that. Those are just people that showed up to the event. They're wearing Rippaverse hats. They're fans. Whether or not they're gangbangers is irrelevant. I don't care if that guy fucking killed a million children. Doesn't matter.
No more gangbanging, but I'm saying he looks even if he's not a gang member, he looked familiar to those 4 cocksuckers that fucking surrounded Mitt in the parking lot after all of this.
He's not. That's not him either. I trust me. I have very good facial recognition. That's gang profiling. Yeah.
Must have been filming them hanging around the table where they thought they were going to hide from us all night.
They're kicking us out, chat.
Hey, I am chronically unhappy, you losers. I am chronically unhappy.
And honestly, this whole thing just proves that it was never about genuinely wanting to meet up or talk to me. If that was
No, he never wanted to. You stayed inside. You didn't want to meet up with him.
The goal, he could have RSVP'd.
Oh, no, he did. You honestly think that if Riley RSVP'd, Eric would have let him in the building?
Waited in line and met me like everyone else, doing so respectfully. But
respectfully. See, if you come to me with respect, like he's the Godfather, you gotta show the respect to the Eric July.
That wouldn't have made good content, would it? It's all about making this a spectacle, staying low key and having a real conversation. That doesn't get clicks. Acting weird on camera while there's a warrant out for your arrest, that's internet gold, at least maybe in their mind. So another blatant lie floating around is that I somehow got beat in court. That's not.
I got beat in court. That's not true. I didn't lose. Eric July is now telling us he did not lose in court.
That's the face. That's the face of every judge right there that reads that Riley wanted to show his shoulders.
Yeah.
How can you see? It got dismissed, and dismissed means I didn't lose because he wasn't innocent.
Not how any of this works. I was never on trial. I wasn't the prosecutor. I wasn't the defendant. People really need to understand how these legal processes function.
I think you need to understand. You tried to have Riley thrown in jail. You said he committed a crime. The judge said, no, he didn't commit any crime. Throw this case out. Riley literally is free. He's running the legal system in Texas said what Riley did was 100% A-OK. They're like, thumbs up. We got your back, Riley. Keep doing shenanigans.
You're good to go.
Once
Riley.
law enforcement got involved, the county picked up the case. It became their decision on how to proceed. The state makes the call, not me. If there were any changes in the charges.
Oh, see, I didn't lose. What it was the state lost because they's a bunch of busters.
That's their decision, not mine. I didn't control it. I didn't push for it. I didn't have a say in what the prosecution decided to do. And then there's this other wild narrative that I was either too scared to show up to court or refuse to testify.
That's a wild narrative. It's wild. It's out there just running around. It's not a civilized narrative.
Wildly true. Wildly true.
Wild. Yeah.
Oh, wild
that
narrative.
down. First off,
speaking of wild, we have a super chat.
Can't get beat in court if you don't show up. Eric July. That's right.
Not fooling a libertarian by bringing up them bitch ass roads.
That's right. You never lose if you don't try, right? That's Vito's motto. If I don't try, I don't lose.
Off, I was never served, period. And it's not like I was dodging that. I didn't dodge in.
He wasn't dodging, guys. Eric wasn't dodging a subpoena. Clearly, if that's the case, then I should not be able to pull up a subpoena, right? Eric July
can't pull up a subpoena.
Here's to appear and to be and appear before the Honorable County Court of Law. Blah blah blah. Herein fail not, but of this writ make due return, showing how you have executed the same. This is a subpoena. This is a be here subpoena for Eric July. You weren't subpoenaed, Eric. I was never subpoenaed. What it is I was not on trial, and so I don't have to show up to court.
Be like Sturgis, laugh at the subpoena, bud.
Yeah. So yeah, Eric, you 100% dodged the subpoena. 100% when the cops said, hey, when the lawyers reached out, you did not answer the phone. You did not call them back. Literally. I mean, it's on record. We read the fucking court files. We read all the court documents. Again, maybe you could fool your fans. Can't fool me.
Anything. There was no secret plot to avoid testifying. This whole idea seems to come from the fact that they never successfully served me as a witness, but I can't make sense of that for you. I wasn't hiding.
I can't make sense of that for you. I wasn't hiding, but when they tried to contact me, I just never returned their phone calls.
Have my number. They have my
Eric in the corner with his thumbs up.
But it's so wild that he's like, I don't know why they couldn't find me. They have my address. Yeah, that's the point, Eric. They have your address and your phone number, but somehow they couldn't find you to serve you with the subpoena, which makes me think that you were, I don't know, dodging it.
Not at the warehouse every single day.
Look at that physique. Look at this.
Again, in a normal situation, guys, people come in, process servers come in and say, hey, we're looking for Eric July. We're going to serve him a subpoena to appear in court. He's not here right now, but we'll let him know. Hey, Eric, some guys were here to serve you a subpoena. Oh, fuck that, man. I ain't coming back to work no more. Right? Eric, how were you unaware that they were trying to serve you? You would have known. They would have called you. Your employees who did get served would have called you. Hey, Eric, we just got served subpoenas. I think they're looking for you too. Served. Yeah, except for Eric. Eric's the only one that didn't get served.
I've got employees and a company to run. It's not like I was hard to find. And if they
I wasn't hard to find, but apparently they couldn't find you.
Actually contacted me to testify, my statement would have been simple. Yeah, smelly old stalker guy stalks things.
That would have been his semi-official statement. Hey, Eric, so did you call the police? Smelly old stalker guy stalks. Eric, we need to know exactly what happened on the night. Smelly old stalker guy stalks. What part of that didn't you get, Mr. Judge?
I've already stated. That's it. That's the truth. But here's the most important thing. This wasn't a me versus him. It was never about that. This was the state versus weirdo. Whatever.
This was the state. See, again, it was the state that lost, and it wasn't my fault.
Conclusions the court came to had nothing to do with me. I was.
Man, the photoshops I made are a lot better than this. Jesus.
But I don't understand, Eric. Eric, you're literally like, I didn't lose because it was the state that was trying to get Riley arrested, not me. I didn't do nothing.
Wasn't on trial. I wasn't even part of the court proceedings. Again, I can't speak to where the confusion came from, even if it does stem from the county's handling of the situation.
I can't understand. I can't make sense of where the confusion comes from, even if it stems from the county's handling of the. Yeah, okay.
Once it was in their hands, how thoroughly they chose to pursue it is entirely up to them. I had no control over the approach they took or how far they decided to go with it. Look,
they literally were going all the way. They literally sent out subpoenas, but then when their key witness, the person who pressed the charges, refused to answer the subpoena, they just dropped it, and the case was dismissed.
This is just plain ridiculous. We're talking about comic books, and they shouldn't make people this crazy. But there's an undeniable addiction element to the internet that pushes some people over the edge. For certain creators, it's all about chasing engagement instead of focusing on content that actually makes them happy. And for others,
it's calling out Sturgis.
Yeah, but that content makes Riley happy. Making fun of you makes me happy.
This parasocial attachment, clinging to people they don't even know, all in the name of drama and attention. They get so deep in these fake narratives that they can't backtrack without looking like complete fools. So they double down, lie more, and keep.
Wow, Eric, that's like a self-report. See, they get stuck in these false narratives, so they double down and
that cycle going, because that's what gets.
They showed a cycle when he said cycle.
Them paid. Drama forming isn't just a hobby for these people.
Look at Riley and his big detracting machine. He's just farming the fields of Eric. Yeah. This guy. If Eric cared, don't you think he'd want to know if they needed it to be there or not? He clearly chickened out. Yeah. Detracting, baby. Did Justin Wang really make fun of Eric in the comments of this video? I believe so.
People, it's their livelihood. They have
their livelihood. He said it. He said the words.
To keep the bid alive, no matter how ridiculous it gets, because telling the truth, well, that doesn't rake in as many views. And just to be clear, I'm not talking about people who share genuine criticism or voice honest concerns. Disagreeing with something doesn't make someone an outrage farmer. My colleagues and I have voiced plenty of
See, guys, when we do it, it's different. We're not outrage farmers. My colleagues is not the people that I was calling out.
MCU, Star Wars is dead.
No, but see, they real fans of the MCU, and so when they call it out, it's from a place of love and genuine devotion. When you say that bad things about me, you just don't like me because you bad people.
Critiques, but it comes from a place of actually caring about the things we talk about.
Boom, called it.
Whether it's an industry, a franchise, or a creative project, we've been fans. We've supported these.
Oh, I didn't write the script, but I've heard it enough times to know what the script was going to fucking be.
True.
Right? It's just repeated over and over again.
Things in the past, and in some cases we still do. There's a huge difference between that and the folks who fake outrage for views because they know that sells. That's the disingenuousness that I'm calling out. But what's really wild is the sheer obsession some of these people have with seeing us fail. And look, if they don't like what we're doing, that's fine. They're entitled to their opinion, but they've made hating us a core part of their identity. It's not just about disliking the work. It's about desperately needing us to fail to the point to where they lie.
I don't need you to fail. In fact, I don't want you to fail. The more that you cling on to life, I want you to just be just enough where you're still
be yourself.
Yeah, just be yourself, basically. Yeah.
As long as there's more of this.
As long as you're still in business, I can still make fun of you, right?
Twist anything to fit whatever narrative. They also do what you've never seen myself, nor really anybody.
Also, you know 100% Fail Army can fucking DMCA this video, right?
Oh, right.
You're literally this is literally copyright infringement. Like you don't own this footage unless he licensed this footage.
It's either watermark.
Yeah, unless he licensed this footage, which again, Eric is paying. Theoretically, Eric would be paying money to put this footage in his video just to make fun of Riley, I guess. But if he didn't, you're literally infringing on a copyright again, Eric, which is what you've been known to do, like in the ISOM lawsuit. Because A, you're not actually commenting on the video, you're not critiquing the video, you're not doing anything or even reacting to the video. You're literally just showing the video as you're talking about something totally unrelated, which 100% is copyright infringement. It's not fair use at all.
Anybody in my circle advocate. They hover over and get angry and aggravated just because someone online says something positive.
Whose account is Yaira's feet?
What the?
Why would you show that, Eric?
Who made this video?
His editor has to be fucking with him at this point, right?
Yeah.
About myself or what the Rippaverse is doing. That's just bizarre. And for what? We're
Just
not
bizarre.
in anyone's way. We're not stopping them from doing anything. Yet they act like our success is some personal attack against them.
Tell
And here's
Sturgis
the
to
kicker.
stand
Even
down
if
then.
No, Sturgis is just correcting the record. You see, when Sturgis does it, it's okay. When Eric July does it, no. But Sturgis, he's fine.
hypothetically, the Rippaverse failed tomorrow, which, let's be honest, isn't happening, these people would still be miserable because the root of their problem isn't us, it's them.
I am chronically unhappy.
The
Oh,
anger
wow, we
that
pulled off a
this
Sturgis.
won't just go away if we disappear. They'll just find someone else to obsess over. And that's the part that people need to wake up to. It's on the audience to vet the information they consume, understand that a lot of what's being said isn't rooted in truth, but in desperate need for clicks, engagement, and ultimately a paycheck. Drama is currency for these folks, and they'll sell whatever narrative they need to keep it flowing. But through all of this, I want to take a moment to say how I appreciate our supporters, the ones who go to bat for me and this company.
There it is. I support you, Sturgis. I love it. I appreciate that you go out
All you
there.
people fighting on the internet for me. Yep, with their alt accounts.
There's the call to action.
Pets all around.
Rippatards assemble.
Genuinely means the world to have people who stand with us, who see through this nonsense, and who continue to support what we're building here. And look, I know it's easy to get angry about all of this, trust me, but I'm a man of God, and at the end of the day, I pray for people like this because it is ultimately sad this guy became a useful idiot being pushed by others who don't care if he ruins his life. They'll laugh and mock him, and when he's done, they'll just move on to the next guinea pig.
Man, he's showing concerns. Riley, I'm concerned for you. Those other guys, they're just using you, buddy. They're not like me. Come join the
Rippaverse.
Yeah, if anybody's pushed Riley, it was you. You pushed him the most, Eric.
And what's worse, he doesn't even realize that none of them would ever go as far as he did. Not one of them would risk their own freedom or safety for the same bit they encouraged him to do. They sit back, cheer him on, and watch him self-destruct for their own entertainment. So yeah, I pray for people like that. It's foolishness, and I hope that one day they realize it before it's too late. But thanks for listening. I'm glad.
Thanks for listening.
Glad we could break down some of this. Now it's time for me to get back to work and focus on what matters.
Don't be the kind of business the Rippaverse is, because that's the kind of business that you don't want to be.
Then he makes a video straight after that. He didn't go back to that.
Poor Eric. That man got buck broken.